friends.
Oh.
As you can see, we are down a few faces, but that's because life gets in the way. That happens. We're going to keep it rolling anyway. Does anyone have any announcements?
That's a good question. This will, I think we can all safely say this will be our last of the year until we come back after Christmas and New Year.
Not unless y'all want to play on the 30th.
I'm down.
Because that would be our next session.
And also, fun fact, our our anniversary is on New Year's Day, so...
Hey, congrats.
You want to spend the weekend of your anniversary playing D&D.
We could.
I have literally done nothing better for my birthdays than like when it's D&D. I'll be honest.
That's your time. Maybe. Perhaps.
Shall be discussed further. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anything? Cool. I got nothing. I really got nothing.
Nope, I got nothing.
In that case, we can jump right in.
Oh, that intro.
Oh, yep, rolling intro. Almost forgot about that.
Hi. We're not all talking about things that make us feel real old at all. It's fine. Oh. Would anyone like to run the recap for inspiration?
Oh boy. Oh no. I can read the notes.
That works. Y'all keep thinking this way too hard. Like, you are allowed to consult the notes. It just comes down to who wants inspiration.
Well, it all starts off with, it's the egg's fault.
It's the egg's fault.
As Elliot takes the egg that was given to him by the Duck of Many Things and is accidentally turned into a cat. Sagan found an electrum from his mother's book. Elliot and Sagan do an investigation on the electrum, and it is faintly enchanted. Wait, no, it's mechanical. That's in the notes. Yeah, everyone goes nuts over the bean being beanified. Everyone heads back inside Sagan's house shortly after, and then Jules slips away. Athena critically investigates the electrum piece that Jules had, opening it, and it gives her a little ping on her ventair. An AR chat pops up and says, "You requested Haven. What do you need?" Bullshitting ensues on Athena's part, and she gets directions to the spot. Afterwards, Sagan immediately drags her off to see Beliana. Meanwhile, Jules sneaks off to the alchemist that they helped earlier in the day, and proceeds to steal the Duck of Many Things. Wait, no. How did... Right, because I got eggs earlier? I did, yes, I sold eggs previously. Sorry, things got mixed up timeline-wise in my head. Jules sneaks over to steal the Duck of Many Things, because he wants more of those eggs. Why can I not read today? What the hell? Oh, okay. I just worded that really weirdly. He grabs some sticks on the way back from stealing the duck to just make a little container for the duck to carry it around, so he's not just carrying a duck in his arms. Ellie Cat becomes Elliot again. It just so happens he was sleeping in his bag when he became Elliot again. Everything in the bag is now outside of the bag, because the bag is now ripped.
Just buried under a blanket in the corner.
Yeah, autistic social interaction follows between Elliot and Axe. Jules comes in with the duck and proceeds to argue for keeping the duck. Axe argues that I can't have it, and Elliot is enraged to find the duck that laid the egg that turned him into a cat. Sagan wakes Beliana as Athena gets GPS locations to the Haven, and she gives us a day to figure out our shit, and before investigating. And more bullshitting ensues as Jules is arguing to keep the duck and hide it from Athena and Sagan as they now enter the house. Jules sneaks off into the back room, and I believe that is where we left off.
Oh. Still relatively late at night, or early in the morning, depending on how you look at it. Athena and Sagan have entered the house, and for the sake of this evening, Athena does turn to Sagan and express that she will go scout out the intended location and heads off out into the night to leave the rest of you to your discussions, followed by Emerson, who did not want to leave her on her own.
Good idea.
With that in mind, it is up to you for these discussions to take place. What would you like to do?
Work on that kennel for the duck, which I believe I rolled for last time. You said it was just going to take a while, but it was doable.
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe you stole the duck.
Yell that out as Sagan walks into the house.
Sorry, this is this is me despairing of it.
Specify that that was internal talk.
I was gonna say
I wouldn't put it past Axe doing just that, though.
He's not gonna rat you out because that's not what he does, but he is also going to be there like, put it back, don't take it back.
I mean, did you come into the back room? Because I slipped away after Sagan kind of disregarded and got caught up with Athena, I think.
Probably, yes. Just like,
Okay.
that's not
Sagan,
yours.
In a few days, I want more eggs.
Go down there and buy them after it has them. It'll probably have them at home where it's more comfy.
Fuck, I didn't think. Well, what if we're not here?
They can make a perception check. I want to see how loudly they're speaking. As you watch them just go around the corner as you're
DM,
entering.
DM, I thought you'd never ask. Oh, wait.
Oh no.
It's either really high or really low.
Just wait for my D&D Beyond to load.
D&D Beyond. Please work.
Turn off. Thank you.
I mean, we just keep moving around. Who knows if we'll be here tomorrow?
So let me put it this way. That was an 18 on the die, and while Firefox is not being a cunt. Jesus Christ, what is with everything?
While that's loading, I think it's safe to say with an 18 on the die, you can hear it's hard to make it out because I did leave the room, but there is a whispered argument happening in the other room. Something is going on.
Like, right, if we're not gonna be here in a few days, it should Team and more go home, and then when we come back through, you can get some more.
I'll return it when we get back through, and then I'll have the eggs while we're out. They could be super useful.
We're not taking a duck that we don't own out of the city!
As soon as Axe says, as soon as I hear eggs and duck in quick succession, mind you, you two, all you see is the door open, and Sagan's just sitting in the door frame.
His tail straightens out like a fucking cat that got surprised. Just...
Jules had been working. Jules had been working on the little kennel the whole time that argument was happening. As soon as that door opens, he just freeze frames. Good night.
Quack quack in the background.
Howard? Quack quack shovel.
I am not mad. I'm just very disappointed.
Yeah, I can live with that. And then go back to working on the kennel.
Jules,
Put my tools down. Sit cross-legged on the floor. Yes.
did you really just steal the duck that belonged to the alchemist that we saved from possibly getting absolutely murked by teenagers nonetheless and being shunted from this town?
Well, steal infers the intention of not bringing it back. So I would say the honest answer to your question is no.
But did you get permission to borrow the duck?
No? Would you need permission?
If you intend to borrow, the best thing to do is ask the owner of said property
Right. You fuckers do that property thing. So annoying. You know, it's so much easier when everybody has access to everything. You people make no sense.
Give me the duck.
Fine. I'll bring back the duck in the morning.
You're gonna give me the duck now.
No. I will bring back the duck in the morning as I promised.
Jules.
Second.
I mean this with all respect. I had a real shitty night. And I just...
Right. So cuddling up with the duck should make it better. It's just the night, Sagan. It's just the night.
The longer we have this duck that does not belong to us, the more we incriminate ourselves. And this is my hometown. So, this is the last time I'm going to ask politely. Please, the duck, so may return it to the proper owner.
You and your fucking bigolins. Whatever the fuck you call yourselves. Here, take it.
Thank you.
Jules
While
doesn't
this
move. The duck is still just
conversation
wandering around the room.
While this conversation is happening, Elliot, you've been left unattended in the room.
Oh no.
No one else is around right now.
Duck's not in the room, which already takes away plan A. Plan B. He had particular things he was currently working on. Are there any of them that need rolls? Because he'll probably just automatically snap back to working on something.
I believe you already did the roll for the lock.
I know for the hoop as well. For Jules hoop.
You did a roll for the night for Joel's hoop. It's you guys are working raw. It's gonna take some time to build something like this. Are you doing anything with the pile of stuff that you have hidden under a blanket?
We're
Since
getting
the
it in a
bag
bag.
broke?
It's getting tied up in a blanket for now. And honestly, he could probably shittily attempt to hand sew his bag back together while everyone is gone. He's gonna try to do that. Not a great job.
Let's use arcane staples.
Arcane staples.
Do you
What
have
kind of
access
roll
to?
would that be?
Do you have access to mending?
I don't think I have any spells or anything like that that are mending.
Mending, I think, is a cantrip.
I don't think I've got it. I don't.
No, friend
Okay.
does.
Friend does. I do not.
Okay. In that case, yeah, you make a sleight of hand check as you're trying to patch your bag.
It's not bad at all. Dirty 19.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a minute. But you feel like you can possibly patch the bag, and are you just protecting your bundle of blanket, or?
The bundle of blanket is in lap, fabric is around him, and he's putting it back together. Like a puzzle.
Love this, especially consider it's still a blanket that happens to have stuff that fit in the bag in it, but it's not a small blanket.
No. It's just wrapped in a bundle, so he's
So
probably got his little arms resting over it.
you're sewing like this.
I've done that before. It's plausible.
It's plausible, it's just uncomfortable.
True, but he won't notice until the hyperfixation wears off.
That's true.
Very true.
Very true.
Alright. So, having settled the debate with the goose, or the duck, you all have a moment to discuss your recent findings, or whatever you would like,
Oh,
while you wait for Athena to come back.
Sagan is actually going back to the alchemist with the duck.
So you just leave.
Yeah,
just
don't get me wrong, plan on coming back, but was gonna be like, right, we need to talk. No, this needs to be dealt with first. No. We are not doing anything else until this bullshit is dealt with. Let's go back to the alchemist with the duck, and just while calming the duck down in hopes that it will calm Sagan down. I'm sorry that you, for any possible mistreatment that you might have been privy to, but you will be back with your respective owner in just a moment. God damn that soundboard.
I love it right now.
Goes up to the alchemist door, just... hello?
So it's about 3 in the morning.
Yep, well aware.
He lives above his shop, yes. It's 3 in the morning and you're just knocking on the shop door. Just waiting. No one seems to come downstairs.
Gets like some small pebbles, just gently throws at the above story windows.
Tink.
Tink. Tink.
Incredible.
Kind of looks around. Oh wow! Okay. Kind of like covers the duck's ears, or what Sagan would think would be the ears. It just goes and shouts at the top of his voice. Well, no, not top. No, that will wake up the entire town. Loud and
Shouts in a directed manner toward the door.
in a direct, appropriate manner towards the upstairs. Wake up! Please!
Mr. Alchemist Man.
Make a perception check.
Cat. Stop landing there! Jesus Christ. If I move that... I'll take that. 19 total.
19. It's like a house. Like 2 down. That you watch a light turn on. Over there.
Not you. Go back to bed.
Eventually, you do see a light turn on upstairs. And there's some period of time where you're just out there with a duck.
The duck.
Just waiting. Has no emotion other than just pretending a duck. Nothing out of the ordinary.
And after a bit, you do see the door get cracked a little bit.
Your duck escaped. I'm returning it.
He can shoot you.
Okay.
Yep, definitely. It escaped. Uh-huh.
It escaped with the help of my friend. Friend. Let's be a natural one.
Quite the opposite. Natural 20.
Nice.
This
The
will
door
never
opens a little
happen
further.
again.
The door opens a little further, and he's like, I don't even know how you managed to get out. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Good night. And just closes the door. Like, not sticking around for a conversation at 3 in the morning.
Sagan's just like... Yep. And heads back. heads like as soon for the sake of as soon as he gets in the house, just kind of like, is Elliot still working on the fucking door?
No, the door's been fixed.
No, he's currently working on the pieces of his bag.
Just kind of
Door is now fine.
just kind of goes, hey, like opens the door, just goes,
Oh, the lock? Considerably more intricate than it was before. It's beautiful.
But-
It is.
but notices, wait, I'm used to the squeaking. This is my childhood squeak. What the fuck? Just
I fixed it.
like you ever. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced this, but you ever like go to a childhood place and like an imperfection they have, they fixed it, and you're just like, nah, that's not right, that needs to be broken.
Mm-hmm.
That's Sagan right now, and he's kind of like just doing this with the door opening and closing for a good 2 minutes, by the way, just like,
Oh my god.
And it's interesting because the lock looks a lot more intricate, like I said, but every time you close the door, you can hear it's like tick, 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 click. And as you go to open it, you can hear it tick back before it actually releases.
Elliot, what did you do to my door?
I put a lock on it that locks.
Thank
You
you.
can-
I love the bluntness that is Elliot. I love it.
Sometimes words happen.
That was basically, listen, I broke into your house way too easily last time.
Too easy, so I fixed it.
Listen.
It's like lockpicking lawyer with a master lock.
Right.
Bangs it a few times. It's done.
Just
Looks at it sideways.
thank you. Do you have a key made for this specific lock?
It should be the same key, right? It should be the same key.
It is the same key. It is the same key. But knowing Elliot, would you have added anything to it to make sure that it wouldn't be like copied or, you know? What did
I'm
you
gonna
do
roll, but I know it's true.
to this door? What did you do?
You put a thing on it that reads your tear signatures.
No. No.
It's an RFID lock.
He's probably carved a few, like, new notches into the existing key because he doesn't want to make it more, like, complicated than it already was. This is still not his house, so he doesn't want to make it too flashy. But there are probably a few, like, if you look at the key now, there's probably a few grooves that are a little deeper than before, like he reset the pins.
Right.
That makes sense. Yeah. Elliot's own lock at his actual like house and stuff is a strange amalgamation of technology and
It's
wizardry.
just a safe door. It's just like those big fuck off safe doors.
Electrocuted touching it, like, he's probably done it to himself a few times, of just electrocuting himself when he's out doing whatever. It just
He
comes
gets
off
focused on whatever's in his hand and goes, oh wait.
Oh
I
wait,
did that.
I love him.
His poor neighbors are just like, you need another ambulance? Sure, kid.
Kind of takes the key, puts it in his bag. Elliot, we are gonna need a discussion between all of us. If you would like to join us, please. And
You see him very carefully set the, like, pile of blankets up to the side. Just need to, like, pick it up so that you can see. You know when you pick up fabric and you know there's something in it and you can kind of see the indentation? His hands are going under said fabric so you don't see it. He's just placing it to the side. He's like, no.
Does it make a noise when it gets sat on a surface?
Probably like a few clattering of, you just put a bunch of crystals in a bag and they make sound. That sound.
That would be my guess, yeah. Does that sound
You
right?
just
Sophie?
watch. Click, click, click. Click, click, click.
It's Laura Bailey's dice collection wrapped up in a blanket.
Yep, dice. That's all it is. Mm-hmm.
It's definitely dice.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Definitely
kind
dice.
of like. Sagan doesn't even like. There's a lot going on in Sagan's mind right now, and he's not clocking it. Like, there was a lot, okay, that he has to process.
Shit going. It's just like, as long as my secret stays my secret, we're good. That's it.
Right
Axe
now,
is not gonna.
right now, Sagan is quite literally, your secret is safe with my indifference.
That's all he needs. He will be joining the conversation though.
Definitely goes into the room where Axe and Jules are. So, Athena is going to scout out the area in which the voice is going to give us haven. And remembered him, Athena gave the location to Sagan as well, right?
Sorry. Basically, what Athena was given is like, have you ever played why did that just leave my brain? Fable. If you ever played Fable, you know how you get like that like gold trail to follow to your checkpoint? Basically what has been sent to their Fentairs. So they have to find the place first and then come back and tell you where that is.
Okay, dokie. So, what do you all propose that we do? Shall we just go to the safe haven now and tonight and capture them and make them talk, or do we wait a day? Or wait until we sleep? Do it in the morning?
I'm confused. What are you asking?
What do you all want to do about the situation we are currently in with the Voice of the Defiant? The ones who apparently are going to give Athena and a lot of us a safe haven?
Yeah, okay, I missed that part. When did this happen?
When Athena looked at... At this point, Sagan's like, wait...
Look, I was off getting the duck.
At which point Sagan explains what happens with the coin and everything.
Yeah, basically, everyone else knew that you had, or everyone except Jules knew that you had figured out the coin. Jules was asleep. But the I went to go see the mayor and I've come back is all news. Everybody.
Okay, that a lot happened, apparently. I mean, I only really need short rests, but I'd prefer to wait until the morning.
Morning. Okay. Axe?
I mean, I'm if we need to do anything to prepare or something like that, I definitely think we should. Um, other than that, I don't have a big stake either way, but I'm behind whatever you guys want to do. I think preparing for it, making sure we aren't caught with our, like, pants down or some shit, probably the best idea. Um, but that's about all I got on my end.
Elliot?
We're not going to know the location of this place until Athena and Emerson get back, so I think it'd be best to move towards that goal with all the information on hand, considering what exactly we're going up against.
That
Do you
is
mean physically move closer, or do you mean, like, preparing?
Prepared.
Okay, cool.
At the end of the day, if this is the group we think they are, they blew up an entire city. We're a small group of us. So I think we should be careful.
Not right.
Careful indeed. Don't underestimate an individual. The power of an individual. Sorry, I meant to say that.
I'm glad that we're all in agreement that morning is probably better in terms of preparation. I it is going to be you see Sagan right now is quite literally struggling to find the words as he is struggling to kind of come to grips with everything. If we are able to take someone alive for questioning, I would like to ask them some questions, but I need you all to kind of keep me in check. My mother was involved, and I fear my emotions might get the better of me.
Sorry.
I am coming to terms with accepting the fact. I'm just not coming to terms with the why and the how. So I think I just need to go to sleep and sleep everything up. Otherwise, tomorrow's not going to be fun for either of us. Second
I think
kind of-
getting a good.
Sagan kind of looks to you all, gives that nod of acknowledgement, and heads out to where he was sleeping while here. And promptly, and I mean promptly, passes the flock out.
Hold on, let me...
Okay.
You get an owl cat to the chest, by the way. Elliot just kind of chirp talks to the owl cat, who then proceeds to curl up on you as weighted. Just like you get weighted blanket owl.
You get friend.
You get friend.
No, he's in the other, or they're in the other.
Out.
I was just thinking that.
You get other friend.
You get small, fluffy
Playing with
friend.
it while I'm playing. I said I'm just playing with it while we're playing. Oh, not at all.
Sagan will just kind of accept the owl cat on the chest and just... Yes.
You get sleep.
Mm.
But that, by the way, is Elliot's very subtle way of being like, you need sleep, bro.
Yeah. Go pass the fuck out, man. Seriously, please. Before I hit you until you do. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
Nah, just finding an inside bed instead of that outside wall that Jules was sleeping on.
And between the group of us, we don't have a spare electrum, do we? Because I know... Where are they currently? Where are the electrums?
Athena had the one.
Athena has one.
Oh wait, no, Athena took it.
Sagan
Back.
has the other?
Okay.
I think I can't remember if she gave it back to me and I put it in my bag or if.
I think Beliana has
Athena would have had to keep a hold of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know Athena has one. I thought
And the
Beliana
other
had
one
the other
Sagan
one.
has.
No.
Sagan has it.
Beliana. Athena has one. Yeah. Because has to bring it for proof and everything. Second has the other one because that's his mother's and kind of figured it out with Elliot. And it's kind of like, yeah, I'm keeping this just to be on the safe side.
Okay.
And I think that's all the electric pieces we have.
Yeah, no, it's just those two. I just couldn't remember if Sagan still had it or Beliana had it. Either way, it's probably tucked away somewhere on Sagan if he has it. So Elliot's gonna finish sewing up his little bag, pieces of bag, and put his stuff in before knocking out.
Okay.
Hide the contraband. Very expensive. Now even more expensive contraband.
That's what happened.
Axe, are you doing anything?
I don't think so. I think he's just vibing. Huh? Sleep? Yeah, probably just sleep. Maybe sings himself a little song. Actually, I think he runs through the, since seeing the, said contraband, I think he has a moment of, like, that little song that I learned it does work outside of that particular area. I think he, like, hums it to himself as he settles down to sleep.
Okay. Faintest of glow coming from the blanket as you hum yourself to sleep.
Elliot's stitching gets faster. Just
No.
no. Energizer Bunny. That's what you reminds me of.
You, Sagan, do go to your room, close the door before, but not before Albert can get in. And as much as you would like to just crash and fall asleep, there's that emotional turmoil and that stress that does keep you up for a little bit, remembering the kind of person your mother was and how sweet she was and her grand smile that she offered to you and how it was different from her customer service smile but still had that same genuine energy that she's always had. And it's hard to wrap your mind around what you've learned. And you're not even sure what you've learned. And that makes it even more terrifying. But you do eventually find your sleep.
Probably not the most restful, but sleep. Or at least tries for an elf.
After a bit, as you are just finishing up fixing your bag, Elliot, Athena and Emerson do return from their endeavors report that they did find, not far from the more harbor area of Molaewyn, a small house. It's a home, regular domicile that the directions seem to be guiding them to. And you're able to get your rest with that information.
He probably just makes sure that either bottom of blanket is stuffed in what is his bag now, or all of it is already in.
Okay.
Very nice.
I feel like it's one of those things where like you start to stuff the entire blanket in and realize that it's way too big and just like slowly turn it so it just dumps the contents without revealing it to anybody.
If he whistles, then suddenly the cracks will glow, so don't do that.
Oh.
Cracks in my bags are gonna glow.
Max starts whistling in his sleep. No, stop.
No,
But then you can.
whistles at Albert to just sit on Axe's face.
But then if it glows, you know where you need to
Bruh.
stitch.
It's every cat owner's just every evening where it's just all of a sudden bump.
Shut up. Just
Proceeds to make biscuits on face. Just thanks very much. Can I sleep? No, no. Fuck you.
Alright.
Hard to say it.
After a
Albert's
while,
biscuits have talents.
Oh, no. Oh,
Which
making
is an
biscuits with
interesting
those. No.
which does kind of bring up a point because as morning comes, Albert has been stuck in this room for a bit,
Let him out.
and you are cinematically. We just see Sagan full trancing in the corner, and Albert just sitting there, face staring before. You get full bopped.
Good morning to you, too, Albert.
Does that like full head tilt that the owls do? And then goes over to the door and just sits.
Just kind of like. Does that moment. Every cat owner has done this. It just looks at the cat while opening the door, just going.
Yeah.
And then they just sit there.
Yeah, there's a moment where Albert just like stares at you, stares at the door, stares at you,
You may leave.
chitters a bit, leaves, turns around, looks at you, and then leaves again, and then goes to find Elliot.
Who is passed out.
Sagan will start to make breakfast and coffee or some assortment of beverages for everyone. Until eventually the smell of a very hearty, mostly meaty meal is being cooked. Breakfast sausages, bacon, black pudding, yeah, of course I'm gonna add black pudding on there. It's like, have you seen how bulky he is? He needs his protein.
Protein.
Protein. A very hearty breakfast fills the kitchen and starts to fill the other rooms.
You all slowly come to the next day. Emerson and Athena are already awake as they are also elves and don't need full night's sleep.
Lucky bastards.
Um,
Can only get so far as a monk.
Elliot, you do have a Albert like curled up at the side of your head and neck when you wake up.
Lots of protests from the rabbit, who was up very late.
Mm. But the next morning greets you with the smell of fresh foods, and you're able to awaken and greet the day at your own pace.
Probably home.
So I take it we figured out where we need to go now. Looking over at Athena and Emerson.
Yeah, they'll agree and
Yeah.
pass along the same information.
Yeah. Well, how quick you fuckers want to get out of here? You tell there's still just a slight irritation that he doesn't have the duck.
Sagan
Those
is now
fuckers.
forever going to be known as the duck thief.
Meanwhile, Elliot is delighted that its presence has been
Yes.
removed.
There's no more duck. Elliot
Not
is.
Jules. Jules is not the one who's the duck thief. Sagan is.
Jules, why are you upset? Stegan stole my duck that I stole.
Exactly. You stole my duck. You stole yours.
You stole the guy's duck, yeah, but then Stegan took the duck away from me.
I didn't steal it. I borrowed it. Sagan took it.
Sagan frothing at the mouth in the background.
I don't. Jules doesn't consider it stealing because he's more of a communist. Everything is everybody's.
and
So is
while,
Elliot.
and while Sagan understands that, Sagan is very much aware of the background they're from. However, he is not afraid to remind you are not in a communist state right now.
Yeah. Jules just needs some reminding every now and again.
People can have property and not be an asshole.
Sagan in the background. There is no ethical consumption. just bringing down the wind. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism.
There's nothing inherently evil about owning anything. What to do with it?
Sorry.
Elliot, please take inspiration.
Losing the mind.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man.
I'm crying.
I don't think that's Elliot.
So, what is your plan? Are you just going off? Are you guys gonna start attacking? You gonna try it? What are you doing?
Don't know.
I don't know. I'm still reeling from that aggressive ethical communism.
Mm-hmm.
Oopsies. It's fine.
I think it might be better if Athena takes point, and maybe we all come back behind and provide backup, and then at a moment where we can spring into action. And it is a capture and question, not a capture and destroy.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense, because we want to know what the hell's going on.
Athena will point out. I mean, I'm a bit of a talker. Maybe not the best one here.
Looks over at Axe.
Just all eyes turn on Axe.
I mean, if you want me to do my talkie thing, I can do the talkie thing. I'm just not gonna hop right in and do it unless it's like wanted.
At this point, it's wanted. If we
Cool.
can't kill him, we got to talk him to death.
Oh no, my specialty. Look, I once accidentally yo mama'd someone into a coma, so you know we gotta just roll with it.
Vicious mockery, nat 20, let's go. that part of the song still bothers me because I'm like, you don't roll to hit. You don't.
Vicious yo mamakery.
Oh my god.
I'm not sorry.
I know. We know.
So we know that it's a house.
Yeah.
On a hill. In a wee little town.
With the description of that that Athena gave, does Sagan know this house?
Make a history check.
Can I argue advantage because hometown? Or is the fact that it's a history instead of just...
You only get the history because you're from this town.
No, that's fair. I was like, is the history because it's my hometown and doesn't make it like just a straight blank intelligence check? Hey, that's pretty good. What's my history? 19.
Having it being described, I mean, the house sounds familiar. Doesn't mean, I mean, you don't really know who lives there now. It's been a while since you've lived in this town.
Okay.
Things have changed a lot in the last 10, 12 years, technically.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it just kind of goes, so, judging by the description of the house, I think I know where that is. By the... Yeah. It sounds familiar, but...
Well, then let's go.
If you all recall, you also were given a general description based on the AR chat with this person. I mean, it was pixelated and hard to tell. But you have two possible names for who this could be. Alquin and Ulgar.
Alquin and Ulgar?
Yeah. Or Alquin and Ultar. There's too many names. Too many names in my life and in my mind.
Well, I suppose we should have Athena and Axe at the front, taking point with the rest of us back a bit.
Axe, how perceptive are you? This is in-game Jules asking Axe how good they are at seeing things. Subtleties.
Honestly, pretty good.
Okay.
You pick up on shit pretty quickly when you have to. Yeah.
Indeed you do. Just keep an extra eye out while you're at the door. Anybody moving inside, anybody creeping around. If you weren't too good at seeing, I was gonna join y'all, but I think it's best just the two at first.
Yeah, small, careful. And, worst case scenario, we'll always be able to find a way to
Oh
dial
yeah.
you guys and let you know. Do
Oh
we
yeah,
want
I'll
to
be
pick
right around the corner for sure.
Yeah. Do we want to pick for lack of a better word, like a code word or like a go signal for like if shit starts hitting the fan?
How about a flick of the tail if you're out? Well, that wouldn't work if you're not outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, code word should work.
Code word should work because that way I can try to say it loud enough or also do like a quick blast from thin hair to you guys.
Yeah.
Um,
But if you're outside and you need a subtle message, I will have eyes on you. Just give a flick of your tail.
cool. You okay?
Bunny Boy just like looked back at his own tail. I'm just like, I have small ball of fluff. Good luck.
Hex brings out his own. Just a flick to the left. Gotcha. Most of my stuff tends to be to the right because I'm right-handed. So if I flick it specifically to the left, you'll know.
Makes sense.
Has he had to
Shall
do
we
shit
be on
like
our
this
way?
before? Maybe.
We don't need to look
Has
too
he
deeply
actually
at this.
deduced this shit on his own about himself before? It's fine.
And we're walking.
We're walking. We are walking.
Yep.
As
the
you
move.
head off down through the town of Molaewyn, further down along the water side, and you find yourself far outside of where the harbor would be in Molaewyn. It is a coastal town. It is a fishing village. So it's not hard to find places that are by the water. And you find yourself outside a rather humble looking little home. Nothing
Quick
super fancy
question.
about it. Okay.
How long is this travel?
About 20 minutes.
Okay. Thanks.
I mean, it's a small walk through town.
Yeah. If it was more than an hour, I had something to do.
I mean, it's a tiny village. A little village. It is tall. On a hill. As you can see by my reference photo. Which, for anyone watching, we did not make this art. We found this art. It just fits our vibe. I wish I could credit the artist, but it was on like a random Pinterest board. And nobody credits there.
Sadly.
Nope.
So, sorry to the artist that we wish we could give you credit.
We do wish. We want to, because it completely fits the vibe, but we can't. So,
Perfect. Our apologies. As you continue, you find yourself outside this little abode on a relatively busy street. This time of the morning, it is busy because it's not super early in the morning. You guys did have to sleep in a bit. However, if anyone has worked or been in a fishing town, shit gets moving early, and it keeps going throughout the day.
yeah.
As we
Soon
kind
as
of-
light hits over the horizon, time to work.
Yep. As we arrive towards the place, I'm going to use the busy crowds and make a wide circle around the house that I'm asking Athena to point out, and just get a nice good look at any surroundings, anybody who looks suspicious, like they're on sentry, anything like that.
Sure.
So just take a nice big wide.
Make a perception check as you go around.
16 plus 7, 23.
23. Okay. First thing you notice is that, like many of the streets here, the residential homes are packed pretty tight. So it's, you know, little house next to little house next to little house with a bit of like a really nice uh, cobblestone roads that lead along it with,
Nice.
you know, easy access to and from the docks from where you are. Very beautiful here. Um, you know, people seem to be going about their daily lives, or those who are unloading fish carts at market stalls. Um, you know, this is a daily life of a small town. You don't see anyone who seems to be taking a sentry position. Every now and then you see someone who seems to like be up and looking around, and then you realize that he's flagging down, or she's flagging
Yeah.
down another worker.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Okay.
Seems like just a sweet little fishing village.
All right. Um, can I use that roll to also see if there's any movement inside the house as I was walking around checking it out?
As you were walking around and checking it out, it's early morning. It you don't necessarily see any lights on or anything like that, and there are curtains drawn, um, as they would be in a home like this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's hard
I
to
was
see
imagining
inside
something
it.
like maybe curtains parting and then closing, or
Nothing
blinds
like
going
that.
down, or anything like that.
Nothing
Okay.
like that.
I'll report back to the group and let them know that everything looks clear. While I was on my route, did I find anywhere that we could hide? Me specifically, is there like an area between the houses that I could fit to keep an eye on the door but stay hidden-ish?
I mean, how close
And
are you trying
maybe
to get to the house to do this?
me specifically, I want to be at the house. Like, if the door is right here, I want to be directly around the corner, like up
Mhm.
up against the house, listening into the conversation.
I mean,
But for
there
the
are
group, just close enough to get there within a round or two.
there are like small gaps, and then there's like some like street benches and things like that that are scattered around. If you're just hiding, this is just above table talk, but if you happen to be a random person standing in between two houses, it might seem a little strange,
Right.
especially in a village like this, but that's up to you. It is possible.
Right. So it doesn't sound like there is a spot like that. So
That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm. Yeah, it technically exists. Will that keep you
right.
hidden? Maybe not.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Sagan is going. So it's on. So the house on the hill, and in this particular area, remind me, is that this is one of the like fishing areas on the coast, right?
So, where you are now, the cobblestone road comes down the hill, and then there are branches off into the residential areas. This residential area is very close to where the ports themselves are. There's a little bit of like a smaller courtyard in front, and then you have, if you've ever seen how a marina is set up, you have the dock boards out along the edge in most places before it goes out into the individual slips.
Yep.
So there's cobblestone, a little extra space, and then wood planking, and then where the boats would launch.
I'm going to find a group of workers on the marina docks area that's still in clear view of the house in question, and say to the workers, we are trying to scope out a house for a potential threat. We need to pretend like we're working alongside you to stay incognito.
Make a persuasion check.
Sorry, my eyes went funny for that. Jesus Christ, 23, natural 19.
We'll put you at actual work if you join us. You know that, right?
Sega just gestures to his brick shit house self. Just, I can handle that. I kind of looks back to the rest of the group.
Looks down into one of the fishing boats that's currently docked right off the ledge, and the person who's in there just looks up and starts handing up another heavy crate of fish.
Yep.
You're now working. You work at a hatchery. Good luck.
Congratulations on employment.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you've now been hired by a random fishing boat off the coast of Molaewyn.
You know what?
Jules is gonna.
You know what? Dad would be proud. I'm sticking to home.
I need
Jules is
to
gonna
put
do
this
the more
down before I
sensible
light my
thing.
apartment on fire.
And just sit on one of those benches that you mentioned with an eye line on the door.
Sounds good.
And beckon to Elliot to join him.
Just sure. Because he was considering offering his help. But then he looked at the boat.
And it takes forever to get the fish smell out of fur.
It's not the fish smell. It's the fact that the boat has probably, it's seen some wear and tear, and his first instinct is fix the boat, forget your job, which is going to put him out of place anyway. So he's going to go sit on the bench like a good little bunny boy.
Oh.
And not cause issues.
Oh yeah, one of the first things that you notice is that this thing has those like deep water marks along the edge right at the water line. You can start to see some of the barnacles creeping up, and you just know what that can do to the hull of a ship if they're not removed in timely manners. I mean, you can go a whole season without getting rid of them. You just also have to make sure you get rid of them.
He really, really wants to go, but that is not what we're doing, little bunny boy. Please sit still. He's probably gonna take out his journal and just start. Jules, you're gonna look over at his work, and he has, like, in detail, from the angle he's sitting at, looked at this boat, drawn it down, and is now pointing out all the flaws.
He's just gonna tape it to their bowl before they leave.
In a world of OSHA violations.
Jules is gonna look down at the work and just go, "Hey, if we make it through this, I got something you can look at that might take your mind off of that stuff you can't fix. But I'm not gonna give it to you now because I don't want you to obsess while we're on a mission. Just remind me tonight if I don't give it to you before bed."
The top corner of the journal. Remind Jules of thing. Remind Jules of thing. So
By the way, that is going above table. That's the pepper box and ammo that we found in episode 1.
Sick. Give the bunny boy the pepper box.
He needs a gun.
This could only go well.
Yep.
Give Bunny Boy a gun.
Listen, if Fern can arm a monkey,
A flaming monkey that shoots
then
feces.
we can arm a rabbit.
You know
Rabbit.
what? That is entirely fair.
Listen, he was considering arming his owl cat, but we don't need to put armor on the cat, so.
No, because they'll just want it off anyway.
No.
Plus, do you really want enemies shooting at the cat?
No! We already saw what happened last time!
Exactly.
No. Have my bomb.
So you've chosen death.
We keep the owl cat out of combat.
See you match my.
Alright, so, with everyone else dashed in their specific locations, keeping an eye out, Axe, you get to lead with this one, because I am not going to do too much puppeting of Athena on this.
Okay.
Oh, just so we're clear, Emerson has 100% just found a roof nearby. That seems accurate.
No, the thing is,
Appropriate.
that is
Appropriate.
accurate. Probably the
Yeah,
Every
he's
time
doing
Sagan
the
walks
thing,
past, he gets a pebble dropped on his head too.
I just, at this point, I think we all know that Emerson just finds the highest vantage point, and that's where he perches at all times. I feel like that is his personality.
To be fair, Jules was also considering the top of a tree. So
Jules
he's not
is,
the only
about to
one.
climb a tree and realizes that Emerson's already up there.
God
Exactly.
damn it.
I love it so much. It's really just like, I will be tall.
I will have tall energy.
He likes to be tall.
One of these days, Jules is going to be looking for a spot to hide that Emerson is already hidden in, but he's stealth so damn well that Jules like gets into the corner and ends up like side to side next to Emerson. And just he
Emerson's
just
like-
goes, boo. And freaks the fuck out of Jules.
I was here first.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, dude.
Perfectly cut screams.
I love it.
Okay. We're going in this house. We are attempting to figure out who or what the fuck is here and why, and then get out in one piece with information intact.
Seems to be the plan.
Okay. You ready?
Sure.
Okay. Let's do our best, I guess.
Your lack of confidence is concerning.
It's more making sure that we get out in one piece without them trying to rope us into something on their behalf. Because I don't want to play accidental double agent. Another thing worse than that is intentional double agent. Cool. Sorry. Sorry. He's a lot more confident than I am. My brain's just trying to move at this point.
That is not a fucking mood.
So,
Great, I'm
he's
playing
going
a character with
to
confidence today. Shit.
exactly. It's just fuck. Why do I do this to myself? Why do I pick all these gay bards? Anyway.
Me every time we start this damn game.
Yes, sad gay bard.
Sad gay bard. He's very sad. He's very angry. Honestly. Anyway, so
He's angay.
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 Yes. Exactly. I'm sorry.
Where are you leading us?
Okay, so he's only taking Athena, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so he's watching the people going in and out of this house for just a little bit because you mentioned that the house is already all closed up, right?
It looks like the doors closed, the windows are just, it looks like a normal home
Okay.
at this moment. You don't see like anyone coming and going. It just seems like a house.
Okay. But see, that's the downside because if we're some of the first to arrive, it makes it harder to like find people that you can then use the information off of. So I think what he's gonna do to make it a little bit more impactful. Have some. Okay. He's gonna keep an eye out for some stuff, but I think what he's gonna do first is get them close enough to where like one of the main doors, maybe, probably like one of the back doors, because he figures that's where like there's more likely to be stuff kind of coming in and out. He'd like to go with Athena and try and set up so that they can like observe for a little bit and see if they can find somebody else who goes in before them, so they can get like any relevant passcode or something that may be expected. I know they're like expecting us because they saw Athena on the little thing, but he's worried that there's like a passcode or something that they also need. Did they say anything? He's asking Athena this. Did they say anything else that we needed or that we needed to bring with us for this rendezvous, or are they just expecting us to show up?
I just said that they'll see us when we're ready. And sent the address. Well, directions.
My guess is, and he's talking to Athena like as they're kind of like observing this place. My guess is they would probably already assume that if you know enough to know how to access the SOS feature on that coin, you probably know enough not to be some random person. They clearly underestimate the ability of our power to be some random person, but you know, here we are. Um, so if we tell them that we're here early to try to make sure that we get to safety, that'll be fine. What exactly are we running from? Just from the people here? Are we trying to get
I said we
sanctuary?
were in the destruction at
Okay,
Elysia and needed
okay.
safety.
Okay. I think we can work with that. So we'll go to the door. We've not been working together very long. We were both in the destruction together. We've been helping some people. We heard the box should be able to help in some way. We have to have some kind of connection because we have the coin. Um, sorry, quick thing because Axe doesn't know that, or Axe knows this, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
Mhm.
The Voice of the Defiant are people that are against what specifically within like the greater
The Voice
state?
of the Defiance, as everyone tends to know them, are considered an eco-terrorist group who are against not necessarily the use of Aetherweave, but the implantation of it and the reliance on it. They have a tendency to. The destruction of Elysia was the first time that they shown any sort of like murderous intent. Like this is the first time that that what they have done has ended up with mass casualties. They're usually known for um, destroying equipment,
Gotcha. Like
passing
people
along,
that
interfering with trade routes, taking high ups hostage to get their point across. Things like that.
okay.
Something this destructive is not been done before.
Yeah. Do they still have like their duck stairs and fin tears, or are they removed, or what?
Um, well, so
Like, is that part of their
so much background.
propaganda, or is that sort of like at the person's discretion?
It's usually at a person's discretion. However, removing Duch's tears and Fen tears, Elliot would know more than anyone probably. And obviously, Jules knows is not a simple process because what most people do not realize is that, and you can make a history check to see how much you know actually about this.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because I'm just trying to think of what he knows in terms of like what they're more likely to do. So if they have to do anything else to look like they fit in, he can.
This would be more
Um,
medicine.
sorry, medicine or
This would be
history?
a medicine check.
Okay, I mean, I got a dirty 20. I got a 17 plus 3. So
Okay. Then you probably would have seen at some point, um, due to your history, you've seen some people as a method of getting their point across with some people they don't really like. But if you were to remove fen tears or duck's tears or any sort of aether weave implant, the aether weave itself starts to grow outside of whatever casing it is in and creates almost like roots into the system. So if someone were to have their aether weave, like their fen tears removed, they would be horrifically scarred, and some people will lose sight, or it'll affect some of the other internal, like if it's too close to the ear, you might lose your hearing. It is not something that is commonly done because it is so harmful to a body, which is another reason why the Voice of the Defiant tend to be like, maybe we shouldn't do this.
Right. And to which, like, pretty much everybody else who uses Aether is like, yeah, or you could just not try to remove it, and then it'll all be fine.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
fair. Okay. Okay, cool. So they don't have to worry about their own stuff showing. They don't have to worry about that. And he can probably amend some of the ways that he's talking to make sure that it fits in line with them of like, people are just too reliant. We were trying to get behind that. We were actually like talking to some people outside of like one of the levers when the city exploded, and here we are. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I think I'm ready now.
Okay.
Axe has been ready. I had to catch up.
No, that's why I'm here. This I love when I get to lore dump on you guys. By the way, I may or may not have created a holiday. Just saying.
Oh,
You're
cool.
adorable.
We get holidays. They get holidays. They deserve
Called the
holidays.
Festival of End.
Okay.
But yes, make a perception check as you are currently trying to study and get an idea of this home. Take advantage because Athena is with you.
Oh, hell yeah. 11 and 14. I'll take the 14. 14 plus, you said perception?
Yes.
Okay, 14 plus 8 is 22.
Fucking level 6. Level 6. Um, you don't notice like any suspicious individuals coming and going from the home. It actually seems pretty quiet. There is a point where you do see a to the early to mid 20s gnomish figure step outside of the house. Very carefully manicured beard and mustache. Mid-length brown hair. Just seems like a normal guy who kind of just steps out of the house and like tends to one of the garden boxes outside of the back window briefly, and then takes out what looks like some trash and sets them into a receptacle outside before going back in.
Okay. I doubt there's anything interesting in the trash. But if we need to check that afterward, we can. We'll see. Okay. I think in that case, since everything does seem pretty chill, they've got like a story in mind, all that. He's gonna sort of look over at Athena and just double check, like, are you ready? Are you good?
Ready as I will be.
Okay.
I'm not going to attempt the accent. Just gonna throw that out there.
Fine.
You all know how much I tend to mix up all of my accents, and that's how we ended up with Callie. So this is what you get.
Ready.
Poor child. Okay. So he's gonna deep breath for both of them. He's like, all right, I guess like kind of hunker down. We're just gonna run to it like we're avoiding capture. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. Hunger, scurry.
All right. You both hunker and scurry over and find yourselves. You said you went to the back door?
Yeah. Felt like the better idea.
All right, you guys end up at the back door of the home. Do you knock?
Yeah, I don't know what else to do, so yeah.
All right, you knock on the door. After a moment, you see the door open again, and it's that same gnome who looks at you both with a very welcoming smile and goes, "It's been a while, it's been a while. Come on in." And leaves the door open.
Thank you. Just arm around Nina, definitely.
Right? You both enter, and it is a very modest home that you see. There is, at this location, it's like you walked into the back kitchen. So there's a small little kitchen table for maybe like 1 or 2 people. Pots and pans hanging on the side, and you do see along the wall there's little shelves of like little carved creatures and things that look like they've been carved out of wood up on display. He comes behind you, closes the door. "So I'm assuming you're the ones who are asking for Haven."
Yeah.
"Been a while. Haven't seen many more allies of the voice in a bit. Sit. I got some breakfast going."
Thank you. It's been a rough couple of weeks, to say the least.
"Oh, no worries, no worries. That's why we created the assistants. Anyone who does a favor for the voice gets a favor in return. By the way, you got the Electrum, right?"
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'll take the favor."
Okay. Athena?
"Oh, yeah," and she pulls it out of her pocket and hands it over.
Sorry, this is what I do when I say things out of character. His assumption is that this is all part and parcel of like what's supposed to normally happen, so he's just going with it.
Mm-hmm.
And they have one other, so it's fine.
No worries. Um, it isn't long before he turns around and brings over a small platter of like cut fruits, basic like uh like fried fish and stuff like that. Just like a simple little meal, and a pitcher of water, and says, "So, you needed Haven. Uh, how can we help?"
Sorry, my again, brain is blanking. He probably knows this better than I do. We're attempting to get information out of them about like what they're doing and where like their bases stuff is.
You
Right?
you all discussed finding out information about um well, Sagan's the one really who can emphasize exactly what, because Sagan was the one who was expressing it. You were talking about finding out more about the Voice of the Defiant, and local involvement, I believe.
Gotcha. Okay.
But you also, if you recall, were asked in the relief camp. You guys were recruited to try and help infiltrate. So, however you decide to take that, or if you decide to take that at all, is up to you.
Well, everything we had is gone pretty extensively.
Yeah,
And
sorry, you're the one who had the Electroman points too, Athena. You mentioned Alicia. Were you both there?
yeah, not really much to go back to.
Oh, certainly not.
Also, we've seen on the net that like they're blaming the Voices of the Defiant. The Voice of the Defiant actually claimed it as something they did.
Are you asking the
Above
whole
table? No, the Voice of Defiant has not come through and claimed anything.
Okay, because I
It's
know
all
we've seen
rumor.
some news coverage, but I thought it was speculation and not confirmation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, there's been speculation about it. There's no confirmation. It seems like the speculation is becoming more and more
They're not saying anything,
Def-
so they must be guilty, kind of thing.
and they have released more evidence that they are likely a culprit, but the Voice of Defiance has not come out at all
Gotcha.
to say that they have done it, nor have they denied it
Exactly.
as of yet.
So he's operating off of the if we're small time people who are associated with the voice because we've done them a small favor, which he'll cite like some kind of like delivery help or something in Asia, just something vague. Especially since Athena had said that she had like done like running things through the city before for people. He's gonna guess that that's something that they can use, so he's just gonna be like, yeah, we lost everything there, and they keep saying that it was us, and that like the voice did something, but that doesn't make.
I'm telling you now, there is no way in hell anyone in the voice would have actually been involved in that. And you should, well, I don't know how you're not the one who had the favor. I don't know how you're involved in all this, but hope you guys remember the reason it's a favor is so you have deniability. You're not members.
Right. But we're hoping for a little help getting kind of it settled around here, getting something that we can do to sort of start making a living again. Since we essentially have to wholly up and relocate. We've been working together for a little while, and sorry, I'm trying to think on if he would use her real name or if he would give her like a fake name to use. He'd probably. Sorry, 1 second, because I don't know what the hell he's going to do.
Okay.
I think he's going to use her name just because they didn't establish like a fake one beforehand, and he doesn't want to have to like worry about that stumble catching them later. Especially since he's pretty sure Athena's a fake name anyway. For most people, it is. It's like, oh yes, my name is this. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. It is for now. So anyway, it's like so. Athena was kind enough since we got each other out to kind of keep going together. So I'm hoping to help sort of get everything settled. But yeah, if there's a place that we can sort of like help out, like volunteer, help get food or supplies to people or something like that within the area in exchange for other stuff, like our own room and board maybe somewhere, anything like that you can kind of direct us to.
Sure. Yeah.
It's
We got
gonna-
a few friends I got a few friends in town. I've lived here all my life. But yeah, I mean, this town is still, the village is still very much rebuilding, and will take whatever help they can get. I'm sure I can find you guys jobs. In the meantime, you're welcome to crash here. If you don't mind my asking, what exactly are your specialties? What kind of work are you looking for?
Well, I'm Max. I'm a performer. Lots of stuff in that way, and I'm pretty good at helping to transport like normal stuff here and back. I've got a little bit of magic that I can do. Athena, would you care to share some of your talents? He's letting her share because he doesn't want to say too much or too little for like whatever she would prefer. Sorry. I know you're keeping the puppeting to a minimum, but I was like, I don't want to speak that much for her.
Oh God, what would
Very
you
fine
say?
line.
Yeah.
Insert what she would say here.
Insert what she would say.
Yeah.
We'll double check with her later.
Athena, watch this video and insert.
We'll tell her like, hey, what would you have said here so that we know for later?
What would you do, babe? You tell us.
Hey, Kate, anytime we have to do this again, please give us cliff notes so that we, help. Plus. Plus,
And she could say that she's really good at like parcel delivering, and like she's helped with a lot of like essentially being a
Man.
runner or a gopher type
I
thing.
worked for the post office.
Yeah, it's like I'm really good at parcel delivering.
I'm a great courier.
That's the word. Thank you.
There you go.
Lord have mercy.
Listen, Elliot's not.
You're welcome.
Oh, I love it.
Look, I promise you, like Axe isn't stupid. I've got like a 14 in. I specifically, my brain's not working today.
Look,
Big mood.
as another fellow person with ADHD, when I play a high intelligence character, I struggle a lot because I'm like, I'm not this fucking intelligent. What the fuck do I say?
Yeah.
Intelligence is aimed more at like remembering things, like figuring out how to solve like smaller scale puzzles and other stuff. When it comes to plans and intrigue and shit like that, I'm not good at that part. That's why I have Percy. My baby, my little Zimmer baby.
Until I open my mouth about plotting, and then I'm like, war.
Fucking
War never changes.
Well, I mean, if you both don't mind me asking, what was your favor?
Well, as Athena mentioned, sorry, brain is scrambling. He can talk much faster than I'm talking right now. He's gonna go off the courier thing. So yeah, well, as Athena mentioned, she's done courier service and stuff like that before. She did a hell of a job getting a particular parcel in Elysia from point A to point B, even though in the interim there were a lot of guards who were doing a lot of searching and into everything. So somebody decided to crawl up on a rooftop and just circumvent all of that. And he's relying on like her input for this because he doesn't know exactly what kind of route she ran, but he remembers that she did a pretty good assortment. So like it wasn't you were delivering like an order of some kind of painkiller or something to like a local clinic for him. I swear that was something. Is that okay? I don't know if she backs him up.
Just make a deception check. And she would be backing you up, so you have advantage.
Okay. That was a 9, and then an 18 plus 7 is 25.
There you go.
Oh.
Look, you said the talkie-talkie. This is the talkie-talkie.
This is the talkie-talkie.
This is why we
This
said
is
talkie
what
talkie.
Look, he will talk himself in or out of any situation.
There is a moment where you see that it's when you realize that with this question he has been trying to get a read on you both this whole time. And after your response, he just kind of nods a bit, and you notice that he kind of pulls his hand away from where it was sitting underneath the table slightly.
Yeah, no, he catches that. I've got really good passive.
Weird. Not used to us using somebody else for currying. Oh well.
There was a lot going down in Elysia at the time. I don't know, man.
Must have been.
Yeah. Although, Athena's pretty damn good. Might be part of why. And kind of like gives her like a little elbow in the side and be like, haha, we're friends, right?
And she's like,
This is how chums act.
Well, it is kind of how he acts with people. So. Especially because, like, with this arm, it's something that it's carried over to him doing with his right arm. Is that because he can't feel anything from the elbow down? Essentially, he started doing more things like with said elbow because he can feel it, even though technically there's still something there. Yeah, which might be something that he ends up doing. Like he'll do that and then like kind of almost reflexively like go over to his other arm and do that thing. But yeah, because it's there, it's shiny,
Mhm.
it's squeaking. It needs more oil. I believe it's sleeping.
Well, in that case, and he stands up from the table. Let me show you to your rooms.
Nice.
Do you follow him?
Yeah.
Okay. You all stand up from the table and begin to follow him. In the meantime, is there anything those outside of the house are doing? The amount of time has been passing.
So, more of a clarification question before I do this. Not with the Fentes. I know that we can call with them.
Mhm.
Can we send written messages too?
Yeah, you can kind of like text on him.
And say, if I were to message Axe, would it be only them knowing to get the notification, or is there a public way that someone's like, oh, that person just got a message?
There's not so much like a sound that plays or anything. It shows up as like an alert. If someone's really looking, they might see like extra light under their eyes as like text pops up, where it's entered their visual range, but it's not so obvious. And then if you're watching someone's body language, you can tell when someone's reading a message or something.
Yeah.
So, but if they have a high enough perception, then like X has a pretty high passive perception. Is probably always aware of when somebody gets a message.
Okay. In which case, Sagan is going to write a message to Axe. Just very shortly. What's the update? Do you suggest moving in now? Or shall we await on your word?
Okay. Where are we when that comes through?
That probably would happen as you guys are getting up to leave the table.
Oh, perfect. Once the guy has like his back to us and is like leading us to a place, or even if he like has us go ahead so that we can do that, because if he's in front of the guy can't see him like looking up and like typing a quick thing and then like putting it away. Like,
Yeah, it would be considered somatic to send a message back. To like
yeah,
pull a message up and then to read it and then send a message is pretty somatic.
yeah. So he's gonna wait until he's out of that guy's like direct line of sight so he can do it like really quick, essentially.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. What the fuck is my slide?
I figured it out.
Okay, that's 17. So not great, not terrible.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll real quick and see how it goes. Okay. He's got his back turned to you both and stands up, and you are able to quickly pull up the message and send it back.
Yeah,
and don't
it's
think
just
yeah.
yeah, it's just not yet. It's just not yet almost in. Like, was trying to keep it really, really short, quick, send, done. Um,
Kind of.
he's really good at the one-hand texting.
It's using swipe on the phone instead of physical typing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Kind of that moment where you're not supposed to have your phone at work, but you just literally do the most shortest reply ever, then.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about that. What are you talking about?
I didn't do shit.
Nope, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything is a-okay.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team.
Sagan was sent back. Just give us word when we can move in. Let me know if there's a back door.
You could get a thumbs up emoji.
Just like Sega's like Kevin the Crate sees the emoji and just goes, what is that? What does that mean in this context? It's fine. They're in a stick predicament. It's fine. It's fine.
Short of responses as he can. And like there is a back door, but it's like right in the middle of all of their shit, so he's not telling you about that one. Like he's not telling you to go in that one at all. It's like he doesn't yet know like how many people are in this fucking house. You know. But he's also trying to make it as short as possible. He has shortcuts for all of his main emojis.
You would.
Of course he does.
No, absolutely. I completely believe it. But I know for a fact Sagan is one of these people who just like
Type it out.
who is literally like type it out. So he hates just a thumbs up response or just K.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And unfortunately, Axe is one of the people that does do that. He doesn't double text, I will tell you, because that is one of my biggest pet peeves. He does not
God, I'm
double or
sorry,
triple
I do that a lot.
So
You're
I only
for
double.
certain things, it's okay, but generally speaking, like, oh my, I love my mother so much, but she sometimes will do like 4, 5, or 6 in a row. I'm like, this could have been one message.
That's Elliot.
Mother.
So
Elliot's typing at the speed of his thoughts, so you're getting
That's what I
extra
do.
thing. By thing, I mean watch. Your watch is on the table. Cool.
I feel heard. I feel seen.
See, I switch between the two depending on how busy I am. If I'm doing sweet fuck all, then it's all one paragraph. But if I'm not on the run, then I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to do this thing. Oh, by the way, can you get this? Oh, by the way, can you prepare this? It's that moment
Can
of
you do
shit.
that?
Oh yeah, shit. Oh yeah, shit.
I'm gonna put that down too before I set that on fire.
Don't set anything on fire, Sarah.
I may be fidgeting with toothpicks and my candle, so I'm just gonna move them away from
Do
me.
you want to end up like Hannah?
I
Let's.
put the toothpicks away.
Good.
Okay, sorry. So what are other people outside doing? Sorry.
Jules is just watching the house and trying to keep an eye on you through the windows, if he can. Well,
You
they're
actually
closed,
would not
so.
be able to. It's not like they are like thick curtains like that scream keep away. It's like that really nice like lace, but also they're in like the back room of the house and you can't really see anything in
Oh,
there.
that's it. They have like the fancy equivalent to like privacy glass.
Kind of.
He's doing that mental image where he's tracking what he imagines the inside is based on the windows and the situation of the outside, and trying to follow where he thinks Axe is through that place until he gets some kind of glimpse or text or message or anything.
Sure.
Okay.
Elliot is still drawing and pointing out all the flaws with the nearby ships.
Completely lost the goal of the day.
Some people do cross
Once it comes back to his brain, you know, like his little moment of like talking the night before. Yeah, but for now it is. This ship sucks, and I'm going to tell my journal about it.
Going to tell my journal.
That's what it is.
I'm telling my journal on you.
I'm telling my journal on you.
You're so fucking.
That is amazing.
I want that as a shirt. I just want like a chibi Elliot. with a notebook, and it just says above, "I'm telling my journal on you." That's all I want.
Hold on.
Wait.
It's fine.
Chibi, not chibi?
Chibi.
Chibi and Chibi are both
It's-
acceptable. They're
Okay.
both
I
acceptable.
just thought I was wrong my entire life.
I'm from the East Coast. Fight me.
It's kind of like how some people say like manga and others say manga. They're both technically correct.
They're both
okay.
acceptable. It's not like GIF and GIF.
Regional differences.
Because one's right and one's not.
Yes. And the original creator is wrong.
And then there's the people like me who just live for chaos and use them interchangeably.
You're the worst sort of person.
I do that just to fuck
You're
with people.
you're just the fucking worst, man.
I'll do that in the course of one conversation.
Oh, I
Oh,
hate
yeah.
it. I hate it.
Or you could just be universally hated and call it jive.
Jive.
Get fucked. Get fucked.
Universally hated.
Me and Eka was just instantly like, no. Go.
That's me slowly adding it to my vocabulary.
Baby.
Guys,
I'm thinking the same thing.
What have I done?
you've given us ammunition.
Oh no.
For run.
Please, no.
Jesus Christ. It's fine.
So, in the meantime, while you three are outside, 4, because Emerson is still up on a roof, Batman style. I just wait until, like, Emerson creates his own ghillie suit.
Yes! It's a ghillie suit, but it's actually just a thatched roof. So he can just lay down on a roof.
Hold it over top of himself. Just blast-
Incredible.
No! It's a ghillie suit
It's the
of
cloak of
disguise.
Thatch.
Instead of a hat of disguise, it's a ghillie suit of disguise.
Amazing.
Oh lords.
And it just like blends into whatever type roof or background.
All we need
I was
now
thinking
is
like a cloak of Thatchery.
all we need now is to get Emerson like a version of bad news, and then Emerson is just fucking death incarnate.
It'll be fun.
Especially because technically firearms can be used as a rogue weapon.
Yes, they can.
So getting sneak attack on something like, oh, I don't know, bad news.
Oh, I like to point out, just a reminder, this is a fantasy modernized world. There are snipers. They exist.
With suppressors too. I have checked. I have asked. I may have
I'm
asked.
gonna point that out.
Because
There are
I did
full
have a
of-
headcanon of what if Satan was able to use a gun?
Somebody give that man a gun.
Hit that bitch with a
Bitch cannon.
Bitch love cannon.
No, just watch us Sagan angrily comes in with a fucking minigun just going, fuck you all.
A polite fuck you all. Something about that tone.
Yeah, it's just a fuck you all. I love that very much.
And now we need a chibi of that.
Sorry, I'm just imagining a crossover between this and Frozen. Just
So much. I love it.
Yoo-hoo, big summer blowout.
As Athena and Axe are led through the house, you are brought down to the basement. And from the basement, you are shown to a hatch that was otherwise well part of the floor. And it is lifted up. And you are gestured further down in this home. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Okay, yeah.
Alright.
You might die.
That's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
You
All right.
won't.
We will be back in 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Catch you all later. Fuck OBS. Jesus Christ.
Did it
OBS is
crash?
closed.
No, it didn't crash. It was just slow as fuck.
Oh, okay.
We're
So
fine.
are we live?
Everything's fine. We are live.
We are live.
It appears
We are
so.
live.
Yes.
Okay. Y'all get to see that I'm still an idiot, whether I'm behind the camera or not. So, I'm just gonna go continue with those who are outside. Are you guys getting any closer? Repositioning?
How long has it been?
That whole conversation probably took place over. So there was probably about like 10, 15 minutes of scoping it out before they even went inside, and then like a 15-minute conversation at the table. So grand total, it's been like a half hour.
Half hour. Okay.
But you heard back from Axe pretty recently.
Okay.
Well, Sagan did.
Yeah, Sagan did. Not the rest.
Sagan is going to relay the information he got from Axe to everyone else.
Which wasn't that just a thumbs up?
Yeah.
Minus the thumbs up, at least, because Sagan is still.
Oh, I thought that's all he sent.
No, only on the part of just everyone's fine. New information will come soon. Once in a position of once in a better position of stealth, something like that. But the point is, they're in and they're fine.
And we're still holding.
Not yet.
All right.
Okay. Axe.
Oops.
Having been led to the small basement of this house, a hatch is pulled out on the floor, and you are motioned to head further down.
Can I do a quick insight check on the dude?
Roll an insight check.
Cool. Good shit. The dice are loving me tonight, and I'm so scared for when that turns around on me. 19 on the die, plus 3 is 22.
22.
Is this legit? Is this a secret kill pit? Like, where are we sitting on this?
Roll an no.
Ah,
Damn
No. No, it does seem like he is, genuine, as he just kind of is continuing to gesture downwards. He still has that, very genuine, as comforting as he can be in this circumstance, expression on his face. You don't get any sense that there's any sort of trap behind this.
Okay. He's gonna go down there, but he is also specifically going to turn around and be like, my dear, age before beauty. Thank you. In a way of giving a plausible reason as to why he's going first, not Athena. Because he's also figuring if something if shit starts hitting the fan this way, hopefully she could run back out if he's not able to get a message out fast enough. Because so yeah, he will also, as they're sort of going down, we're not gonna be down here for too long, right? I get a touch claustrophobia myself if I'm in small spaces for more than 10, 15 minutes.
It might surprise you. And as you head down the stairs, it actually seems to be kind of a larger space. It's not like an itty bitty little room. And you can see there is a workbench around here. Make a perception check as you're looking around.
Is it like a TARDIS situation, or is it clearly underground?
It's clearly underground. Not that you would know this.
No.
I see everything down here.
What did you say?
I got a nat 20. I see everything. See?
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
You can see there is in this room there is a bit of is it
Yeah.
hold
He's sitting right there.
on. There are a couple workbenches around for creating whatever is needed. There is a few. There's a lot more of those like hand carved like figurines around. It looks like he probably does that himself to kind of like stress relief.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
get that.
uh, now that you are down in this space, you also do notice there's a couple like interesting things. So there's um, like a small little like pyramidish looking like table, like a paperweight thing. There's a singular doorknob on the middle of one of the workbenches. It's not attached to anything. It's just a doorknob. And then you also see there is a singular framed photograph that looks like it's probably this guy when he was younger with another figure.
Okay.
Before this would be a before Fentair photo, so he would have been younger than 15. And he does, by the way, have Fentairs.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. Most people, like, unless they have some kind of specific exemption, like friends, have them in this place.
Yeah, it's very rare for people to not have it. And even if you really think about it, if someone's going to join up with a group like the Voice of the Defiant, are they going to do that when they're freshly 15?
Yeah, exactly. They're not,
I
and they're
mean, you're
also,
technically considered an adult then, but also that's still really young to be making major life decisions.
yeah. But by that same token, that's not something that they would have figured out that they wanted to avoid having put in them before that age either.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, I can see some of the talking points here. Um, okay, but they do make life a lot easier. Um, okay, so yeah, so he notices some of these little things around there, and I think probably makes like a nice comment about like, does he make like little figurines? Does he make like practical objects?
For the most part, like they're figurines.
Okay. Honestly, he'll probably just point to like one of them that's around because I'm assuming there's lots of them around. He'll probably just point to one of them that honestly looks pretty damn good if he does it this like consistently. He's like, damn, that's a really great centaur. Good job, man.
Old habit.
Well, it makes you lots of really pretty stuff. Have you tried like staining these a different like color or something to then like present to people?
Oh, well, I just do it for me.
No, fair enough. Hell yeah.
So I've got, and you look, there are like a couple cots over in the corner. I can make sure those are set up for you until we get you, or until I find someone who's willing to offer you employment.
Okay. Sounds pretty good to me. Sorry. Now I'm now frantically trying to think about like, okay, how do we get out of here now?
As you are trying to figure that out, he's just continuing conversation. I gotta say, I'm a little surprised. I feel like when I started doing this stuff, I was told most people who actually turned in their favors had something massive that they were dealing with, and guys just need a job. I mean, fine, just bizarre.
I mean, favor's a favor. It can be big or small.
True.
Especially given the state of everything right now. um, I'm sure more and more people are calling in favors so they can try to rebuild their lives, considering how many people were in Elysia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I had to do a really quick, like, would he? He would. Um,
Just as a before I forget, because you rolled a natural 20, there are also like a random like scattering of like throw carpets all over the floor, and there's like just random shit. Like it looks like he was just like, yeah, this needs to fit here. But when it comes to furniture, there's basically like a single stool and two cots that are like folded up and in the corner.
I. So I think while he's going over and like picking up a cot to start setting up, he's like, "Here, Athena, I'll get this one for you. One second." Um, kind of thing. I think he's going to ask this guy, who seems to have at least some knowledge of like people moving in and out of this place pretty frequently. Um, Sorry, as a very quick reminder for me,
Mm-hmm.
the person that Ardent sent me to find in Elysia, who we're fairly certain is probably dead.
Mm-hmm.
His name was, everybody called him the Hammer, if I remember correctly,
Mm-hmm.
right? Was he also working for or with somebody that Arden told me about, or no?
It looked more like the person who you were when you were speaking with Akenku, it sounded like whoever he was running his own operation in Elysia.
And he was moving red sand?
Or it's just called dust.
Gotcha. He's moving dust.
Red sand is Mass Effect.
Thank you. I'm sitting here like, I know that. Sorry. And then, there's also Spice from fucking
Ew.
the raccoon one.
Crash.
No, the raccoon, the thief raccoon. I remember the name of his love interest, but not his. It's Coop something.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, the
Old school
raccoon one.
PS2.
Yeah, they had a thing called Spice, and which I'm pretty sure also led to a lot of fanfic because his love interest got tied up and slightly brainwashed by his evil like rival who was a spider lady.
Sly Cooper?
Yes. Thank you,
You're
Sly
welcome.
Cooper.
Random PS2 game
Sorry, it was
that I
on the
played
tip of
years
my
ago.
tongue, and it was driving me a little mad because I love those games. I just haven't played them in a while. Sorry. Anyway, so, Booker. Sorry. So, he's going to ask the guy, like, by the way, I knew of this guy that I've been trying to reconnect with. I've got a bit of a score to settle. You seem to have a pretty good idea of like people that are moving in and out of the city, at least in some capacity. Have you heard of any guy called the Hammer coming through here, or any of his associates that run Dust?
I don't fuck with dust at
I mean,
all.
no, you don't look like you have anything to do with it. I would just, if you've heard of anybody.
I operate a haven. That's about the extent of my knowledge.
Fair enough.
Uh,
Where's the shot? You know how it is.
and now to think about it, I haven't even introduced myself. I know we got Athena, pointing at her.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't catch your name.
Oh, yes. Just whoop, whoop, whoop.
Alquin.
One more time?
Alquin.
Alquin. Thank you.
I thought you said awkward.
Alquin.
Me too.
Hello, yes, I am awkward.
It's me.
Hello, yes, this is Dog.
I can't say that I can help you find the hammer, which... Nope. Not gonna say it.
You know how these people nickname themselves. I am absolutely sure this is a name that he made himself. I don't think it's in any way active. Or was. He may have gone down to Elysia. I honestly have no idea, but gotta ask, you know. One of those little things.
Would that solve your problem or make it more difficult?
Yes?
I think that's the only correct answer in that given circumstance.
Like, technically it solved the problem, but it is making the further resolution of the additional problem more difficult. So, yes.
Well, I can't say that I'm used to, and after he set up the cots, I can't say I'm used to helping people who don't need to be in hiding for any period of time, so hence this is the lodging I have at the moment.
It's
But
totally fine. Are you okay if we still go out and about to, like, do a little on our own? We already had a huge run in a lot of the relief camps, which is a big reason why we didn't want to go back and take up more of those resources when we're all both pretty able-bodied. We're just trying to find something consistent and something, at least a little bit worthwhile. Because I do pretty good in the taverns, but not quite enough to make a full living all on its own.
maybe keep it to a minimum.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome to Haven. I'll give you some space. And he heads off.
Thanks. And thank you again for all this. We'll settle down, and then if you need any help with something, let us know.
And he heads on upstairs.
Yeah. Okay.
Axe, just hold on. Let me.
What?
Axe gets a message through the Fentairs from Elliot. It's just the letter R, the letter U, and then DED. Just, are you dead?
No, we're fine. And then he's gonna pull up a couple things so he could send to like all of you at once. In bunker, in basement. Apparently, our favor is not as extreme as other favors that get called in. Told them we needed a job and a place to be for a little while. He is advised a minimal movement in and out. Seems like a pretty chill guy. Claims there was no involvement in what happened in Elysia. Not sure where to go from here. Full infiltration attempt in the voice, or rejoin you guys? Question mark. Trying to give you like the like mini breakdown of where we are at the moment.
Yeah.
DM. High or low?
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
High?
Like the opposite of whatever he rolled.
Oh no, here we go.
Oh boy.
I know.
Strap in, boys.
Okay. Okay, Magitex, love
Jules
it.
is always strapped.
Complete with emojis. Yeah, no, absolutely.
What?
On the Twitch chat.
I never remember to pull that up. I'm sorry.
You're good, don't worry about it.
No, I feel like I'm missing so much.
Not too much. We keep an eye on it.
Sagan is going to look to his employer. I'm going to take a break and give a wink.
Sure. Enjoy your break.
Although, like, in truth, thank you for this, because it's nice to actually get a good, decent workout and take your mind off things.
There's like one guy who in the back was just like enjoying the fact that he didn't have to do as much, and you're getting ready to leave, and he's just like, it's like somebody's son who's just like, come on, like doesn't even have their fen tears yet.
Oh, come on, it was something for a lazy day.
Doesn't say anything, just you see the teenage slump.
Yep, I know that slump well.
Up into it.
Is gonna head towards the house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Jules sees this, just gives a nudge to Elliot and points out Sagan. Oh boy.
Is going to
Flips out thing, messages Axe again. Well, Sagan's about to be. To keep you in the loop of things, Sagan's about to die.
Wait, why? What?
What?
Picture.
I love this idea because like there's a bunch of scattered shit in this basement. There's like half-made like items. There's like a random door. There's that doorknob sitting on the table, and Athena are just like getting comfortable, taking in their surroundings. Are you dead? No, I'm not. Sagan's about to be. What?
Especially after he sends like a vague like summary of like, here's where we are, what are we doing? The fuck do you mean Sagan's about to be? Where is he going? What's happening?
What is he doing?
Sure,
Where is he? What is he doing?
Athena's
Where is he
just
doing
like
it?
walking
Why is he doing
around
it?
the room and touching like random figurines and stuff and like checking out the patterns on the carpets, and you're just like, what? Athena's like, what?
I'm being death.
And then shortly after, you get a little ding from Jules. Sagan's on his way in. We're on standby.
No, why? Stop! So now he's just messaging Sagan like, what are you doing? This is not the plan.
So Sagan, you're getting these messages as you just see like in the corner of your eye just ding, ding, as you're walking.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
Renus calls.
What are you doing?
As you are heading to the door of the house. What are you doing? What's going on, buddy?
See, this is why I was like, all right, hold on.
Holding on.
Okay. It looks like heading towards the house, but then kind of veers off the last minute and heads to Jules and Elliot.
Never mind, not gonna die.
You just get like a bunch of like the angry cursing emoji face.
Just a few rows of those.
Like, most basic smiley face that almost looks threatening when you send it to your friends. He sends that in return. Just the dot.
I know.
You mean the one that I live for?
Yup.
Right?
Just like a big smile thing.
And it's so soulless.
Also, I want to point out, Sagan has never been this bullheaded. However, he's going through shit right now.
Oh yeah.
But kind of go Bakuna goes to Jaws and Elliot.
Oh, lovely. So nice of you to join us.
I'm technically on break, but I'm glad to hear that everything is going okay. I am going to get some lunch and come back. Just keep me updated.
Okay, any input on what we're doing next?
The DM wants to roll an insight check.
Do it when the DM wants to roll it.
The players allow this.
I'm going to lunch. No, you're not, bitch. Where are you going?
Sure, DM, roll an inside check on your player.
No. I have to find out eventually anyway. Continue.
The only thing that I'd possibly advise is have one of you still sitting at this bench and another one scanning the perimeter to see if there's any back entrances that we can utilize.
Did Axe use the back entrance?
Yes.
Oh, I thought they went in through the front door, like of that.
No, Axe came in through the back door.
As a gay man should.
To be fair, you took the words right out of my mouth.
The whole interaction, I'm like, my Laura Bailey is like bubbling up.
I was just waiting for that perfect moment.
Look, my man's is a switch. It's fine.
Look, if you weren't gonna say it, I was. Somebody else was.
Someone was gonna.
Wait.
It wasn't gonna be Elliot, but.
He's so horny.
Damn it! Oh, man.
I'm sorry, Twitch chat.
Now just change that M to a W. We so horny.
Anyway, so
Jesus Christ.
He's like, doesn't even know he's gonna die. Sorry, Twitch chat's going.
what's the Twitch chat doing?
I'm not even gonna tell. Yeah, probably best not to.
Nope, too bullheaded. Send the game into the void.
Oh man.
Oh.
Okay.
But yeah. Sega's gonna head off.
Mm.
While he heads off.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. That's what we're waiting for. He's going to message Belliana.
Okay.
It is Alquin. I was gonna say, it was Alquin, right?
Yeah.
Alquin, yeah.
Alquin's house. Party members in underground arrangement. Alive. Well. We'll call for backup if needed. Also,
You get a message back that just says, "So you have a plan then?"
Yes. Also,
12% of a point.
Also, what do you want from Marie's Deli? I'm getting a sandwich.
Also, when we have a second, I have a small thing I want to do. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
No, you're good.
What?
Yeah. By the way, the whole deli and like sandwich thing, absolutely happening in character. By the way. Well,
Like,
Sagan
he
hasn't
knows-
been to his hometown in a long while. This Marie's sandwiches are the shit. So.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
feel
gonna
that.
leave this steak out to get a sandwich. Makes sense.
It's a very important sandwich.
It's also-
Hey, he works better when he works better on a full stomach, so he can think. But also,
yeah, no.
but also messages Jules and Elliot. Go into local deli. What sandwiches do you want?
Jules is gonna message, do they have fresh fish?
It's a fishing
Just
town.
just
of course.
just bring me a whole fresh fish.
You just get this emoji that.
And then you'll get a little knife, and then you'll get a little sushi roll emoji.
Oh Christ! Okay. Actually, no. To be fair. Yeah. No.
Molaewyn would be the place to get sushi.
Yeah. No.
Carve it fresh off the bone.
Yeah. Vigilant salmon is a thing.
Vigilant salmon.
Are there sleepy salmon?
Sleepy time salmon.
Time.
She really are out for the night.
Vigilous are known as the Vigilant. Like, that is what people are generally called.
So of course, there's gonna be vigilant salmon.
Just general knowledge.
So does that mean my Vigilians earlier was an insult?
Honestly,
Just like
probably not,
outside
because we
my-
probably heard worse. What the fuck does Elliot say to the proposition of a sandwich?
Out of character and above table, I'm sitting here like, what do you do? What kind of sandwich do you want? And like, for real, my first response is, I need a menu.
Say that is Elliot! Say that is Elliot!
No! Do it! Please!
It's a place you guys know.
Just, I need a menu. It's kind of a ham sandwich. You should be fine.
That is the most Elliot thing I've ever heard.
Legitimately! Do they have a menu?
Oh god.
What do you mean I have to make a decision without knowing what they have? Not like, what do you... Anyway.
Yeah, the autistic horror.
Yeah.
It's like you know, it's weird. Even though with like a restaurant like McDonald's, if someone tells me, "Do you want McDonald's?" I'm like, I still want to look at the menu, just in case. Just in case.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
fucking
He's a
hell.
mess. He wants a ham sandwich. You get a ham sandwich.
Yeah, no, easily done. Ham sandwich, fresh salmon, and a Philly cheesesteak.
Jeez.
Look, man, I've been craving a Philly cheesesteak for a long while right now, and
do they have those in your area?
No,
the-
none of you have Philly cheesesteaks. None of you have Philly cheesesteaks.
We only have cheesesteaks. We do not have Philly cheesesteaks.
You
So-
have lies. That is what you have.
You sit on a phone of lies.
Kill me.
Listen,
Quickly, I
Zaxby's
grabbed that mic to make my point.
the like
You rest
so
upon a hoagie of lies.
so this is gonna hurt Sarah. So be prepared. The closest thing that we have to a Philly cheesesteak sub is from Subway.
Yep.
There it is.
Sarah, how do you feel about that new Zaxby's sandwich?
Zaxby's Chicken Philly.
Molaewyn.
I made the DM leave, and it wasn't even a D&D issue. I win.
That is not a cheesesteak. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's not.
No. The moment you say Philly cheesesteak sub, no. That's you've added a word
It's a
that shouldn't
hoagie.
be there.
Do you like the new Philly cheesesteak with chicken sandwich from Zaxby's? The chicken Philly from Zaxby's.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I do like chicken cheesesteaks are a thing. I enjoy chicken's cheesesteaks. That's fine. The problem is no one else like my dad went on a business trip to Texas. I don't remember where in Texas, but when he was there, he went to a restaurant and they advertised authentic Philly cheesesteak on the menu. And of course, my dad, being my dad, goes, "I will be the judge of that." Do you know what they brought him?
What?
A T-bone with cheese on it.
That's not even close. The fuck? What?
It was literally a cheese steak.
Even I know that's not how you do that, and I don't think I've actually like had a Philly cheesesteak that I enjoyed because usually they're just either really like gushy or like there's way too much like onion or like there's something going on.
It's all about the roll. This is important above table talk. The game can wait. If you're not from Philly,
What have I done?
if you're not from the suburbs around Philly, the most important part of a cheesesteak is the roll. It has to be hearty enough to balance out and hold and contain that delicious flavor. So there's a brand called Amoroso. It has to be an Amoroso roll. If it's not an Amoroso roll, it's a glorified hot dog roll, and it doesn't count.
Are you good, baby?
I'm enjoying this.
It's kind of like you with Pennsylvania.
Listen,
Sarah,
Pansobao
Sarah,
is a
don't-
very important kind of bread.
Sarah,
we
don't
can't
look at- don't
fucking
look at
find
chat.
out.
Sarah, don't look
I
at chat.
saw the chat. I saw the chat. I'm just gonna say, that's kind of accurate. Replace bread with Amoroso roll.
Amoroso roll.
And cheese whiz?
There are some people who do whiz. You can do whiz with or whiz without. And if you do whiz with, then you have it with onions. If you have whiz without, it has no onions and no peppers. I personally do not use Cheese Whiz for mine. I use just American cheese. But again, I'm from the suburbs outside of Philly.
See, with me, I would put some bougie cheese on that just because I like the flavor.
It has to be American cheese, though.
Out.
It has to be American cheese to be a cheesesteak.
Okay, I'm sorry, but
American Whiz. Those are your two choices.
You've got two choices.
Pick it.
out of all the cheeses in the world, and I've tasted a lot, American cheese is my least favorite.
Because it's not real cheese. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. It's a cheesesteak. You want the fake shit.
It's a cheese product.
I'm sorry, but if I've got a steak roll, I want to put some good cheese on that so that it accompanies the flavor.
And it's just
then
a steak
you're having
sandwich.
steak sandwich. You're not having a cheesesteak.
This is
Enjoy your
American
steak
food. You gotta
sandwich.
get with the disgusting shit.
Enjoy your steak sandwich. That is not a
Ain't nothing
cheesesteak.
wrong with a steak sandwich either. It's delicious. It's just
These
not
are
a cheesesteak.
important things to be brought up.
It's like the day you eat a grilled cheese made with Velveeta. It takes it up to the next level, and you're just sitting there like, why? Because this cheese is trash. It's fine. I have feelings. I'm also picky about my cheese because I like good cheese. I love good cheese,
but this,
but American cheese.
but then is it more for nostalgia that you pick American cheese, or is it for flavor?
Flavor and texture.
Yeah.
Yeah, texture.
Nothing,
Although I will-
literally nothing melts like American cheese.
Yeah, it's because American cheese won't crack, it actually melts.
Okay, so I will say this: American cheese on burgers, yes, only because
Yep.
one, it's picturesque as fuck. I will not deny that. However, if I feel like going bougie, Applewood smoked cheddar on that bitch, and you've got a burger that is just.
See, now, burgers, bougie cheese does belong on burgers. 1000%. It just doesn't belong on a cheesesteak.
Yeah. I love how we've devolved
I'm
into
laughing at
Wait,
that now
that
because
was
I have an
know, right?
ally.
Any,
So back to the game.
back to the game. I'm getting the sandwich. I'm getting Marie's sandwich, and I'm going
And
to
you're
the
getting your steak
fishmonger's.
sandwich. I understand. As long as it's there.
Just cheesesteak debate. We'd be here
No,
longer.
you're having a steak sandwich. It's not a debate. It's just fact.
This is more of an education of the person who happens to be from the UK. It's a re-education program.
This is the things that they should teach you in school. What a truly cheesesteak is.
Yes, because I went to school for cheesesteak education. Fuck me.
I mean,
You didn't
have
learn
you
about
heard
that?
of
Oh,
the
man.
U.S. public school system?
No, we didn't. We just learned about Henry VIII's fucking wives and nothing else fucking useful.
See, we still learned about that in history, but we still got the cheesesteak and home ec.
I did learn how to make a Cornish pasty though.
It survives.
Sorry, I was just
Yeah, divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
It survived.
Although technically, the historical inaccuracy in that is that only one wife was beheaded, the other was actually hanged. It should be divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, executed, survived.
It just doesn't rhyme, sadly.
You're teaching this to kids. You make it rhyme, they remember it, go off and do what else. Anyway. My PA ass should have stumbled into your channel when I did. Probably not. Probably not. You came in at the worst time. Anyway, yeah. Also,
Hello, my PA friend. Understand my pain.
while also getting the sandwiches and messaging Belliano and everything. Sagan is going through the process of trying to convince himself not to barge into that house and fucking get answers.
Okay.
It is a uphill battle. So a role will be determined later.
Okay. All right. In the meantime, 2 individuals have been left unattended in the basement. In the hidey hole in the basement. Are you
Yeah.
two doing anything? Or should
I'm
I
gonna
say
start
you?
looking. I'm gonna start looking around pretty intensively just to see what else I can glean. But he's also gonna take a minute because I think he remembers hearing that like Sagan had his own, which was a separate piece. I think he remembers like overhearing that if he wasn't told directly. I did an impulse roll, and I think he's gonna take a moment to also send like Sagan a direct message, like just to him, like that specifically says, found out the special coin is given to people who do the voice a favor, not for actual members. Um, it's essentially a token to be cashed in when you need it. Just wanted to make sure you knew that. Yeah.
Sagan balancing your pile of sandwiches.
Try.
Get this message.
Yeah, kind of doing a thing of like, I'm not really. It's basically, I don't really know how you said that you got your own version of that coin, but I thought you should know this in case it came from somebody important.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry guys, music fucked up. I'm trying to sort that out. You get the notification that your message has been read.
dot 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 goes away.
Yeah, near enough. Near enough.
Ah.
Fuck. Until you get back a thank you for letting me know. I will keep this in mind. And that's it.
He hearts your reply.
Man.
He's not doing it to fuck with you. It's just he is acknowledging that he has read it and understands like what you have said.
No, don't get me wrong. I get it, and I know. But man, you are setting things off in me. I know you don't do it
Sagan
deliberately,
is the
but
grumpy old man.
yeah.
Just type with your words.
Fucking
Messages and hieroglyphs.
fuck you.
Jesus Christ.
Music background noise.
Anyway.
Up in as well. Oh, I don't like silence.
Sorry, did I miss something?
The music for the stream is fucking up.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No.
I get distracted easily today.
You're fine. Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it at all.
With this group, never.
Yeah.
Would you like me to do like an investigation check or something like that to kind of start looking more in depth around the room?
If you'd like to, you can roll an investigation check.
Fuck yeah. All right, that's 12 plus 3, so 15. Not the
15?
best, not worst. I might find something.
Okay. Yeah, you take a moment to really head around the room. You can see that there are some like I said, this is obviously partially used as a workroom. And you do find like little scraps of paper lying around. There is a piece of paper that looks kind of old, sitting kind of tucked under one of the like bits of plywood or whatever that's on the workbench. That if you look at it, what languages do you know?
Common and infernal, and that's it.
You do not recognize the text on this at all.
Don't you also know Thieves Can't? I thought we had that conversation.
Thieves' Cant is not a written language. Thieves' Cant
Oh.
is how you work code into a conversation.
Speech. Gotcha.
So there's not like a specific. There's not like uh,
A written cipher.
thank you.
Yeah.
Even if it was, it would look like a regular text.
Right. That makes sense.
I don't know if like Athena recognizes any of the ones, but yeah, I don't have Thieves' Cant because I don't have any rope or related stuff in my background.
Well, if you show it to Athena,
Well, I'm not picking it up to show. I am like, hey, and then like tapping on it so that I don't move it from wherever it is.
Gotta be smart, Mahaya.
yeah, if you're not picking it up, then all you see is like a couple like characters in like the bottom corner of the page because it's pretty tucked under there. Okay,
Very carefully.
In that case,
Trying not to move stuff too much.
Athena will point out that she can recognize the script, but it's obviously used in a language that she does not understand.
Okay.
Didn't she have that same thing with something that she brought to that person that she met overnight that told her about this place? Did she recognize the script but not the words?
You all had found a letter that was hidden in the belt of one of the hostage takers that was also written where you could recognize the written letters but couldn't tell what was being said. She did, without any of your knowledge, give it to her friend who was going to find someone to translate it and bring it
Sorry,
back.
I thought that was shared.
That was not shared. She specifically is not sharing that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, totally fair. They'll probably take like just a quick picture because we can. Just gonna take a quick picture. Like I don't have any way to do this, but I'll see if anybody else knows.
Yeah, sure. I'm sitting here thinking yeah. We would have something, I guess, built in to do that.
Well, we said that like we got a picture of Sagan like walking off with Elliot. So I figured we had some kind of picture capability.
Yeah, I like it. Let's do it.
I just imagine you scratching your beard or something and just boop.
Yeah.
It's like a particular like somatic like
Be warned, Elliot don't point out to Elliot that he can take pictures of the party because there will be an album of just really bad pictures.
A baby.
Like, just the most candid and most inopportune photos ever taken. Like, in the middle of eating a fucking hearty meal, and it's just the weirdest fucking...
And from the weirdest angles because you're so short, too.
They're all looking up! And some of them are from a higher angle, and you can, like, definitely tell Sagan's holding him by the scruff or something.
There's like one photo where it's just like an angry face with an arm out. You're like, oh, okay.
There ends up being a lot more pictures than we thought of Albert.
Like,
oh my god, so many. Like, we all know there's so many pictures of Albert. So many.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime Albert does something like slightly cute. Even
Which is
slightly.
existing in this case.
If we're adding picture functionality into these, there's a slight retro thing that I'd like to put in to the scene at the beginning of the episode. When Jules says, "Take the duck," he snaps a picture and then looks sad. That's it.
Axe definitely got at least one cute picture of Elliot as a cat.
Got like a Snapchat filter on it that says thanks for the memories.
It's from the memories. It's like in the background like a TikTok audio.
Please do not add that to these things.
Is this arms of an in the arms of an angel playing on repeat?
I love
Fine.
everything about this so much. So much.
This is fine. Everything
Snapchat
fine.
is now canon in this universe.
I don't know if this is a good thing or just
Definitely not. It's definitely
This is the most
not.
chaotic, worst thing we could possibly do, but it's we love it.
Ah, but it's canon now. Nothing can be done.
it's definitely a persistent and ongoing campaign. By Nook or by Crook. We will warn you though. Scheduling might be a bit.
Yeah, don't expect to see us until next year.
But you can also watch all but 2, because mistakes were made, sessions on YouTube.
Yes.
It was lost to time,
Mistakes were made.
just like my safe word.
Yeah. What?
That was a Dragon Ball Z abridged reference for anybody who didn't get that.
I know a bridge, but that one is niche. Like that one.
That's the Broly movie. It's the Broly movie.
That's why it's the only
Mixed
one I haven't
emotions.
seen. Fucking hell! I don't know if we've just failed as a society now that Snapchat is in this world, or if we've just made it better.
I am
Porque
afraid
no
to
los
find
dos.
out.
We'll figure out.
We will figure it.
However, if some of you are gonna take combat selfies, I'm gone. I'm done. I'm absolutely done.
That's
Action,
thing
I'm
we
just gonna
can't
throw
do.
that out there.
We can't take selfies.
Bonus action selfie.
Oh. Would that mean we would have to rip out our Fint hair though? No selfies. Jules would be obsessed. No selfies.
Okay, but Jules would get a little camera installed on their finger and just.
Oh god, do we need to retroactively put that in there too?
Yep.
Not it right
There
there.
it is.
You can pay for it later.
Retroactive. You've got a little bunny boy.
In the meantime, yeah, I gotta say
That's a thing that must happen because of all of the activities.
In the meantime, I can still see Jules being like, get a picture. Like after like completely demolishing a guy, like tucked under his arm.
Like full on headlock. Second, get a picture.
Get a picture. Take a picture. Take a picture.
Take a picture.
I can imagine him going in with like a haste potion applied and just doing like 6 or 7 attacks really quickly, and the guy's just standing there about to fall, and then he takes a pose and goes, "Take a picture."
Oh god.
We are a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's fine.
Anyway,
Anyway,
So yeah, so in the base, take a picture of the thing and store that away for later. We'll see what we can figure out afterward, and then oh god, I don't even know, because like he doesn't want to leave preemptively and like freak the guy out, or like make them seem weird, especially because they're already cashing in a favor for something that's apparently very small scale. So yeah. I don't know what else he would do besides either hunker down or see if they want him to try to like sneak back out and then sneak back in later. But that seems like a lot more risk.
okay.
Yeah. I think for now he might stay put.
With that in
Yeah.
mind, those who are outside of the house and are not Sagan, who is getting sandwiches, anyone doing anything?
I feel like we should do something, but what to do, I don't know. I'm kind of at a standstill.
Make a perception check, Elliot and Jules.
That's not
Oh,
good
no.
at all.
10 total. And I have a
A
+7.
little better than that. I can't do math right now. 13 total.
Okay. There is a point when you're watching the house where you watch this very well coiffed gnome leave the house, lock the door, and head off.
Stalking mode.
Make a stealth check. And are
I
you
can do
doing
that.
it? What's Elliot doing at the side of this?
You've got this. Returns back to drawing. Like, if I am needed, I will be disturbed. But no man walking away. Like, I can send access message.
I'd have let Elliot know what I was doing at least. You don't want to leave the buddy boy just completely clueless. Or alone, for that matter. I'll send a message to Emerson to keep an eye on him.
Are you following stuff? Have you left the bench?
Yes.
I'm getting up and about to leave, walking after the gnome.
It's
And I
either
got a
one of
dirty
those
20 on
moments of,
stealth.
like, it's when you're like hyper focused and your friend leaves and you're like, where'd they go? It's that blinking, no one is there.
No, I would have made sure to get your attention first. Because
Object
being a player
permanence.
autistic, I understand.
Object
I feel
permanence
like
extends to
I feel
people
like it was one of
too.
those things where Jules is like, so I'm gonna follow him. Did you hear me? And Elliot in the hyperfixation goes, yeah, of course. And then looks
No,
up later
no.
and goes,
Where'd they go?
No, I make sure I say Elliot, their name first, get their attention, make sure they look at me.
Snap
Then
in
I
the
say
ear.
the thing.
Snap in the ear. Like, buddy. Don't die.
Stay safe.
Don't die. Same thing. By the way, if Elliot tells you don't die, that's his form of caring. By the way, it's his form of like,
Love it.
I like you. Please don't die.
That's so precious.
You get a don't die from Elliot.
Oh, I love it.
And for those wondering,
That was a dirty 20 for stealth following that fucker.
Hell yeah.
And for those
what did you get for stealth?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
And for those in chat wondering, yes, object permanence does extend to people too.
Oh yes.
Which is also why friendship decay doesn't happen for us.
No. Because, like many of these people here, sometimes we can talk in a blue moon and act like nothing's changed.
A lot.
Looking at you, Mitch.
I was literally gonna say we went a good couple of months without talking, and now suddenly we're in a D&D game like nothing's ever fucking happened in between.
Dude, the utter joy.
Oh yeah. Not to mention, we went from talking and RPing almost every day for, and we mean every fucking day.
For at least a year or two.
At least. And then suddenly, nothing. And here we are.
I've considered bringing back the speakeasy.
If you want to make a server to do that,
We can talk about that later.
You see, we'll talk about that later. Because not gonna lie, I had a random brain thought of the speakeasy recently, but I'm not gonna lie, I got happy and then I got mad.
We'll talk about it later.
Anyway. Jules, you said you got a dirty 20?
Yes.
Okay. As you are following this individual, they heading down the different roads further into town towards where the square is, which is a good walk away. Pleasant conversation with other people in town. doesn't seem to notice that you're following. After a period of time, it seems that they've pulled up to one of the grocer stalls. Looks like they're going to work.
Okay. Okay. Send a message to the group chat, just saying, looks like Gnome's going out for essentials. Nothing important. Gonna keep an eye on him. Let me know if anything happens at the house.
All right. Sagan. Sandwiches in hand. You find yourself outside of the house again. And the only one you see at the bench is Elliot.
Like, it's got, like, 3 sandwiches. You see the salmon head poking out of the fish wrapper, and your ham sandwich in a bag in his teeth. Okay, yeah, I got that. Oh, for fuck's sake, where is she?
Grab sandwich out of mouth.
That message probably comes in right now.
Ham sandwich on white bread, no crusts.
Very quiet, thank you.
Just gives you a look. I had a feeling you'd probably want no crust.
It's easier to eat, thank you.
Just gets the message of, oh, there you are. Okay, that is fine. You just get back. I have your... Hold on.
Are you gonna use an emoji?
No! Sagan rarely swears on a text because he thinks it's just fucking asinine, but this one special time, all you get is, I have your fucking fish.
Okay. DM,
Yes.
how long would it take me to get back there going as fast as I can?
Keep
Dashing
time.
while skating.
Right. Okay. But even dashing is more for sprints. It's for short-term bursts. It's not for long-term. It took you 20 minutes to walk to the square.
Okay. Okay. So not like a minute and a half.
No.
Shit. Okay. OMW. And I'll just start making my way that way while keeping an eye on the gnome as long as I can.
Making my way. Kind of.
I'll get back probably in like 15 minutes.
Sets the fish down in like proper like newspaper fish wrapper. And Elliot, you see this gargantuanly thick sandwich
3-foot hoagie
of just meats and cheeses. If you could think of a meat or cheese, it's probably in there. It's
That sandwich.
Gotta get all that
Hungry?
newspaper ink. Well, actually, no. Funnily enough, the only problem that they had with newspaper and wrapping up fish was in the olden days when that ink was still, transferable. These days, not so much.
Fantasy world. Just gonna point that out there. I know we keep saying it's totally modern. It's not gonna be completely modern. Some of it's futuristic. Like, you don't know.
Oh yeah, no. That was real world fact.
Mm-hmm.
That was my useless fucking not ADHD knowledge that I somehow acquired some way. That people actually got ink poisoning.
Those random hyperfixation knowledge.
Yeah,
points.
no, legit. People actually got ink poisoning from from when fish and chips first came about because that they used newspaper. and the ink would transfer because of the grease and the oil and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, not so much, because ink is less toxic. Because, yeah, it's why working at match factories now are safe and not as deadly as it once was. It's amazing how far technology and
God.
medicine come about.
You know why my jaw's falling apart?
Oh, lossy jaw. Ah. I made the mistake of looking up what that was at the age of 8.
Yep.
I regret everything.
Yep.
But yeah, food in hand, but also take some sandwiches back to the ship, guys on the ship, because they let me pretend to work there. I'm going to give them food.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
they let you work there.
Yeah, they let me
You were
work there.
actually working.
For free.
Oh yeah,
You volunteered.
but just kind of does a look around before has one sandwich and throws it up to the roof for Emerson to catch.
I feel like at that point it really is. So the way I imagine is this bench is away from any of the buildings, but it's looking out towards the water, right? So you step over to where like one of the shipyard buildings is, and just kind of look around, and then toss upwards. And from a cinematic view, we see from the bottom up, and we just see a pair of hands go.
Yoink.
As a seagull comes flying down trying to snag that fucker. Because those fuckers do that.
Oh yeah. And there's Emerson just with dagger in hand going, fuck off.
Why are so many seagulls all over that building now? You just see an elf going, no, no, no.
Fuck off. Get the fuck off my meatballs.
Posey me in the beach. Get them away.
That's a story for later.
Legit though, never go to an English coast with an open bag of chips. You will have no chips.
Yeah.
My high school was surrounded by seagulls because we were on the water, and every time I tried to eat lunch, they would steal the fuckers. Just like you're eating from plate to hand, they will steal it out of your hand as a dive bomb.
They are so
I
ballsy,
hate those
motherfuckers. They would
fuckers.
literally precision dive for your hands.
One of the few animals that I will just kick. Fuck you. I hate those.
There's only one goal that I actually won't fucking kick because it's London City size seagulls. They are massive. They are full on albatross. They are massive. They could literally peck my eye out just like that. I'm like, nah. We do need a more gift. We really do.
With sandwiches distributed, a homeowner being stalked, and 2 individuals locked in a secret basement. That is where we will pick it up next time.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Sorry, it's been a little bit chaotic today.
Oh no,
You
I
guys
love
get
it.
so many random facts.
One of my games being chaotic, never.
Never. Oh, yeah, my story for another time. Considering this one decided it'd be a brilliant idea to feed the seagulls in Florida. I was not there. On the Gulf Coast.
Why would you do that?
I didn't know any better. I didn't know. I
There's
just was
something.
like, oh, it's a bird. Wow. Oh god.
You thought there was one bird. How many were there really?
How many were there?
Many.
40?
There were at least 10 birds. At least 10 birds.
When I was a small child, I had a friend who we had a shore house. We'd stay over at the shore house, and if there was, a little bit of stale bread left over, we would put on those like umbrella hats. Children
Yeah.
of the '90s, fight me. Um, and we'd throw, and like the first time I was like, oh, there's one. Did you know that they will go underneath your umbrella hats? Because I didn't.
Oh.
I
They will
learned
go
that.
anywhere.
Like, I was like, oh, that's a bird.
Yeah. Actually, I think the funniest story that I have with birds isn't my own story. So my brother and I were both adopted at a very young age. My first meeting with my adoptive family was at a McDonald's, while his first meeting with the family was at a place called Lake Eola in Orlando, which has swans. They're not
They're
nice.
nasty fuckers if you're not
They're
careful.
Yeah, no, Lake Eola is like known for swans. That's like the whole point of going to Lake Eola. There are like hundreds of swans, and they gave a 6-year-old a thing of bread. I'm just like, my brother is
No.
terrified of swans to this day because he got chased by a gaggle of swans.
It's
We're probably about as big as he was.
Like,
They're big boys.
They're
You actually-
bullies.
you know the whole myth of like, oh yeah, no, they can break an arm. That shit's no myth.
That's not a myth.
Mhm.
No, they smack you with their wings, you're gonna fucking know about it.
Yeah.
And you pray that they only just get the muscle. They get a joint.
They were the inspiration of Pokemon's Wing Attack.
Honestly, you might not be wrong. On that note,
And
yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys had a great time. I hope my players had a great time. I hope my
Yeah.
viewers had a great time watching. If you do decide that you want to see where the story is going and see where it has been, check out my YouTube, which is Aki Obsession 404. Just type in Esolar Shadows of Defiance and you will find it because we're the only ones who have that.
That's OC.
We are. It's a safe bet. There's nothing quite so similar.
Okay, I mean, I have to.
Now you have to check.
I'm really, really enjoying this universe, this world that's been created, and watching you guys interact with it. Even though Snapchat is now a thing in it, and I don't know how I feel about that.
It might be the downfall.
I'm really
That's
not
okay.
sure how to react to this news.
We're not even, unless I spelt it very wrong, we're not even in the search results. What?
That's annoying.
Interesting.
Esolar?
Esolar.
I did spell Defiance wrong. Okay.
That'll do it.
I just put Shadows of with the second result. Well, I'm surprised with Esolar. We're not the first result.
Weird.
Anyway.
But yes.
Solar panels are.
Huh. Sorry?
If all you type in is Esolar, you just get a bunch of how to install solar panels.
Yeah,
because
it
takes Solar,
thinks you're
yeah.
trying to search solar.
Weird. But yes, usually as well, we try, being the very fucking operative word here, we try to upload sessions for the following Monday. So be on the lookout for then. And this is our last session this year. We will pick it
Unless
up.
we get bored on the 30th.
Unless
Yeah.
maybe we will.
Maybe surprise stream.
Maybe. To be. I always get which months have 31st and everything, but yeah. So we may be streaming on the 30th. We may not. really does depend. But if not, it will be likely the next Saturday of
6th.
it's the 6th. So if not the 30th, then it will be the 6th of January. And then it will be every other week after that.
Again, hopefully.
Again.
I would like to also we always put it in the credits, or try to always put it in the credits, but I also want to verbally say Ivan Duch makes the best ambient music. And that's usually what we use when we're streaming.
Yep.
Check out Ivan Duch. It's IVANDUCH. Great vibes for your table.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
100%. Everyone should check it out.
Absolutely. Yeah. No. Ivan Dutch has been a lifesaver when it comes to finding music.
Mm-hmm.
But also, just to reiterate as well, on the Saturdays we do not stream a session. What we try to do is stream a little something we call Through the Weave, which is a little talk show where we talk about headcanons, what's happening in session. If you think
What we hope happens.
What happens and what we like, just random questions as well. Also we try to answer questions that are in future YouTube comments, questions in chat as well. But I would like not apologize, but I would like to warn you beforehand. If you think our game sessions are
derailed,
ADHD,
yeah,
Chaotic.
no, this is
Incarnate?
ADHD and D.
yeah,
ADHD indeed.
yep.
Yep.
Through the Weave is worse
Yeah.
because we are not confined.
We have nothing to pull us back in.
We have nothing to pull. We don't have a game to pull us back in. We are just let loose and unmedicated.
We end up on so many tangent. It ends up looking like Gallifreyan text.
Yeah. Yep.
If you are welcome to, through any comments, chats, send us questions that you might have. We do, with Through the Weave, try to keep a closer eye on the chat, the Twitch chat that we do during game, because during game we're busy. But we'll keep an eye out if you have any questions about how, our playing styles, D&D in general, or any questions about Esolar itself as a world.
Yeah.
That's a great time to ask those questions, and we're happy to answer them.
Yeah, absolutely. And all the same, feel free to. Now this is a typical D&D session: arguments and derailments and off discussions. Honestly, yeah.
It just happens a little more frequently with us.
Because we are, unmedicated ADHD, autism, all that.
You're spicy.
But if you think that we are sorry about it, no.
We don't have any time.
But if you in the meantime, if you're waiting until the new year, feel free to catch up on previous streams, even though we are missing 2. So yeah, and that's gonna be us for this year, unless we decide to do the 30th. It does depend because lives happen. But it's a good night from all of us. Thank you so much. And if we don't see you on the 30th, Happy New Year and happy holidays as well from all of us here. Whatever you choose to celebrate, you're valid.
Or don't celebrate.
Or don't celebrate. You're valid. You are loved. And we hope you have a good one.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.